Swinging. Derek Collins. Swinging. Derek Collins. Swinging. Derek Collins. Swinging. Derek Collins. Swinging. Derek Collins.
Tweet out.
And that.
We.
Why is my, oh, I did get myself all zoomed in.
Y'all zoomed in.
I look big on there.
That's what she said.
I wish. I got to make a new podcast thing because I got too many things going on. So it doesn't work out. It's a cool background, though, that I got. Cool setup.
There's a new Twitter issue. If you put a link in your tweet, it deprioritizes it now.
Really?
Yeah,
Why? Is that like
because
on
Twitter.
purpose or just?
Yeah,
are
it's it's intentional.
How does that make any sense?
I don't know, but I saw a bunch of buddies doing it. So I asked them like, why is this a thing? And they said, oh, because Twitter deprioritizes if you have an actual link. That's why you see a lot of content creators now putting photos and putting a space in their link so it doesn't like actually link.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah,
Come on, Elon.
I'll be good to go in like 2 minutes.
I'm already set. It's fine. Everybody's here. Jack, you with the Wallace State CC.
Yeah.
That's my school. Peeper for the stars. Okay. Levitz Dank. Thank you for the sub, though, by the way, while we're waiting. That goes straight to my 60 Feet 6 Foundation, helping kids with cancer. And on top of that, I just got the t-shirts. I'm going to be able to start putting them up on my stream. So that'll be kind of cool. So
You got more t-shirts?
well, I'm going to be making a bunch of shirts. I haven't done it
Those
yet.
Those gonna be for sale.
They will be for sale.
Can I buy?
Yeah, once I got to get everything situated. I'm not there yet.
What the fuck you mean you're not doing a pre-order?
Yeah, we want to.
No, because I'm definitely not going to keep track of that. So no.
Hey, Dyer, you want to camp out with me outside Derek's house, or when he
Let's do it.
or when he gets them, I'm just gonna be there with like $5. Here you go. It'll be like Black Friday.
Zach,
Hey, we know the security guard. We can get in there without.
We do, without any issues.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
I feel like it's something we should do. Derek's gonna come home. It's gonna be like some random day in like July, and just see a tent pitched out in his front yard. we're gonna be sitting there with a little like pocket stove, like cooking wieners. And Derek's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing here?" And we'll be like, "T-shirts." And just to make it weird, Dyer, we're gonna get the t-shirts. We're gonna turn around and leave like immediately.
Just go.
Like we're not gonna stay and say hi. Like we came for the t-shirts. We got our t-shirts. We're going. We're out.
Just a selfie real quick and then
Selfie
Deuces.
and out. Yeah. Yeah. Literally just like we got our t-shirts. Then we're gonna go. I don't know. Maybe we'll buy a few of them and we can resell.
right. Yeah.
all right, while you
got
take this away, I'm going to make my quick phone call.
You're good. We're just shooting the.
Well, I know, but you start the show. You're good.
You know, don't be a Richard. God.
I'm not being
No,
a
I'm
Richard
just-
by any
I'm
means.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alta Farapole. It's been a few weeks. We've had some stuff going on, but we are back. We're back with myself, with Mr. Dyer, with Mr. Derek Holland. We got some stuff to talk about today. We got a lot of baseball to talk. There's so much baseball to talk about. So much sports to talk about. Dyer, I watched my first NBA game all year yesterday, and I watched one quarter of the Lakers game.
Oh,
It's the first. It's the first basketball thing I've watched all day, all year.
how'd that go?
It was a cool game. I don't get like.
It was an NBA game. You can say it.
Yeah, I mean the ending was really good. I'm not like, you know. I'm just not it. You know, it's just not it for me.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you. The NBA is kind of, for me, difficult to watch. I'm a pretty casual fan. You know, if the Cavs aren't blowing it up, then I'm probably not watching. And even so, I'll watch very few games until the playoffs, at which time I'll kind of just catch what I catch, but I don't really make it a big deal for me to be home in time to watch the game from beginning to end or anything like that.
The NBA for me is just it's not the same. Like I don't know. Listen, I get it. I understand it. I get the whole like professional. It's just there's something about the NBA. There's something about I don't know. It's just not. It's boring. It's boring. And you know what happened? You know what, Dar, you know what happened at the end of the game? It was a great game. It was tied. It went to OT. Well, in order to get to OT, you'll never guess what happened. LeBron got the ball. LeBron kicked the ball out. Unguarded three. Right? That was made. 1.2 seconds left. Right? Okay.
Mhm.
About 1.8 seconds left. Timberwolves inbound the ball. Pass the ball up. Phantom foul call on a three.
Imagine that.
Like, huh? I kind of, I'm shocked that it happened, in a playing game for the playoffs. Dyer, it was really, it was really something. Don't you like? I don't know. I just don't feel like the NBA is this. I don't know. I get it. People love it. It's not it. It's not it for me.
The thing that gets it for me is it seems to me like basketball fans in general are so two-faced when it comes to this, because how many conversations have we had about college basketball and the tournament and people saying, swallow the whistle at the end of the game, swallow the whistle, let the play out, let the players, you don't want the refs to decide the game. But in the NBA, when there's a star involved, everybody apologizes for it and says, well, stars get the calls, and it's just kind of the way it is. Certain guys get calls and other guys don't, and it's just the way it is. Why is it just the way it is then for guys that are already getting paid, but not for freaking FAU or whoever else is on the floor in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It makes zero sense to me, but I guess I get the fandom. If you like the NBA, don't take this as a dig on the NBA. Watch the NBA. Go ahead, enjoy it. I don't want to take it away from anybody, but for me, it's playoff hockey season now. That's where my attention is going to be, because there's no playoffs like the playoffs in hockey. Stanley Cup playoffs are elite.
You can take it as a dig at the NBA for me. I find the product to be the least enjoyable of the major sports. I haven't been to many NBA games. The ones that I've been to are fun, but I feel like most sports, like if you have a pro sport that's not a fun atmosphere to go to, it's not going to be around for very long. So you can't really judge. You can't really form your opinion based solely on how much fun it is to go to a game. NBA I find to be almost unwatchable on TV.
Even going to a game, like I've been to NBA games and I had fun. Like they're fun, but it's like maybe I'm old school in this aspect. I don't understand the need to have to play music during the game.
Yeah.
To me, it's just I don't see the need for it. I really don't. I feel like you should be involved in the game, and there are some NBA arenas that are really involved in the game, and then there are other NBA arenas where it's just, but that's part of professional sports. Can you imagine if during a baseball game they just started playing like music during play?
That would be a complete mess. Any other sport, other sport, you couldn't do that.
It's a balk, isn't it? It's against the rules.
Yeah,
it's the same.
Or like, how about this? How about Pat Mahomes goes up to the line of scrimmage and starts calling out audibles, and then they just start blasting music.
That's also a penalty. There's been flags on the bands in college football.
Yeah.
They've given them flags. There's been flags in college basketball for bands who've played during play. Like that's a thing. I just don't understand why it's that way in the NBA. I never will. But yeah, the NBA playoffs never kind of been my thing. I will say though, the play-in tournament they're doing this year, that's kind of cool, shaking it up a little bit. But at the end of the day, the NBA product is just I think it needs to be overhauled. There needs to be some change.
I want to jump in here on this, and first I got to give a quick shout out to one guy because he did come in here. This dude always helps me out with the radios, Kevin Gray. So shout out Kevin Gray. Thank you for being here. I know you love that background. Second, That was like a Home Alone, Kevin. The only argument I have, I get it, Terps, I agree. Yeah, it's cool, but I hate it because you're allowing more teams to get in. It's to
money.
me, I get it, but at the same time, you need to earn things. Like, stop doing this whole participation bullshit. Like, half the league, you have more than half the teams can make it to the playoffs and get a chance to go and play in the playoffs, where it shouldn't be that way. That's why, like, I love how baseball is. And granted, I know people want more teams to get in there, but if we keep allowing more teams, you don't have teams actually playing for anything.
Well, it makes sense to expand the league when you have expansion come into play. That
Even
makes sense.
If we
But,
expand,
like,
we have 30 teams right now. We don't need 16 teams getting into the playoffs.
Well, you do when the team that LeBron James plays on stinks and the NBA wants that LeBron money.
Yeah, see, there's my point, though. Still
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
It's not helping the situation at all. We don't like. I'm sorry, you don't need that many teams in there. And Dyer's right. I'm not arguing.
Well,
with that.
I was buzzing the ref.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it.
Not Dyer. Dyer got a.
Dyer made a good point because it's true. It's always, you want to get those guys in there because they're going to bring attention to the game. But at the same time, we can't keep letting teams in. You let so many teams in, you're not playing for something, because the teams that are in, you look at them, some of them are, I'm making this up, I'm probably close to it though. It's like some of them are 40 and 44 or 40 and 42 or whatever. You don't have a winning record and you got a chance to get in the playoffs. Granted, yes, that happens in the NFL. We've seen it multiple times. And those teams don't go very far. Their division's just weak. It's trash. But I guess that's just the old school way of doing things, is like, if you're not first, you're last. I mean, it's a typical saying, but it's true. Like, we've got too many teams being able to get in to the playoffs. It's not worth it. It's not the same feeling as seeing, like, man, 30 teams and only 10 of them get in there. Like, that's better. I would take that in a heartbeat. 5 and 5 from each side. Bingo. One team gets the bye the first round. Everybody else plays. Like, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They're doing it. It's money. It's all money.
No, I know. It's all going to be money because it's a
it all goes
business.
into
I
money.
get it, but it's dumb. You can't do that. You got to.
Because how much do you think those Lakers play-in tickets went for? I'll bet you it was a fuck ton.
Oh, of 100% it is.
Yeah, the amount of money they made off that is insane. But if I have to bet, it's all because of money. It's all. How many games can we get on national TV? How do we drive attention for the sport? How do we drive engagement? And a play-in is going to do all of those things, whether or not you like it. But it also waters down the sport. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense economically, and that's about it. I don't see a non-economic reason for it to make sense, or for it to.
I think it's hurting the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. But the
'Cause you're
NBA
not
hasn't
really-
helped itself.
Baseball
At all.
speeding up the game right now has helped a lot. I think it's going to bring a lot more attention to the game and more people to the game because they're happening so quick. As much as I hate the pitch clock, which we can talk about that later. It's bringing more people to the game because of how quick it is, but it still sucks that it's taken away from the NBA because they're not doing anything to really help themselves out in that situation. And I think allowing more teams to the playoffs does not really help the sport. I personally don't think so.
I don't either. It's watering it down, and it's like, yeah, it's great for the teams who don't get to the playoffs a lot, or the teams who are struggling for money. It helps them and all, but I think it hurts more than it helps. End of the day. And again, like I said, I don't enjoy the NBA product. I don't really enjoy watching NBA games. I'll watch them if they're on, but I'm not going to seek it out. Especially now, I'm a hockey guy, and the NHL playoffs are about to start.
Those are going to be good.
So yeah, those are always electric. The NHL playoffs is one of the few playoffs out there that is truly just wild, because everyone, not saying that other sports aren't going 100%, because every sport goes 100% in the postseason, but the NHL players are going 100% and then some. You'll hear stories after at the end of the NHL playoffs where people are playing with broken ribs, punctured lungs, fractured legs. You'll hear all of that all come out at the end. You hear like so and so was playing with 3 cracked ribs. And you're like, really? When did he crack them? First game in the first round. And he's playing every single game since at 100% speed. It's insane what those guys put their bodies through to play in the playoffs, and I think it's some of the most electric playoffs that are out there. But interesting little tidbit I found out today about and prediction I'm going to make here about the NHL playoffs. So everyone knows the Boston Bruins this year have been ridiculous. They've been absolutely ridiculous. They're lighting the world on fire. They've broken so many records this year as a team. They won the President's Cup. Here's my bold claim, and for those of you hockey fans out there, I want to know what your takes are on this, but I don't think the Bruins make it past the first or second round.
I could see that.
They're not going all the way. They're not going all the way.
I mean, we'd have to look back, and I'd have to do a little more research on it, but how many teams that have come into the playoffs like the Bruins with the way that they
8.
are
Lifetime.
actually get
8.
it and get
8.
to the Stanley Cup and win it?
Yeah, 8. 11 teams total have made it to 11 teams total who've won the President's Cup have made it to the finals. 8 have won it. Most of them lose in the quarters.
I mean, the
So
one
I
that
guess-
stands out to me was, and Dyer, you might remember this as well as I do, as much as you are a Blue Jackets fan. Blue Jackets beating the shit out of Tampa. Tampa was the best team in the NHL playoffs. That was, I think, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Swept
2019.
them. Swept them.
Look at the Panthers last year. The Panthers were
One of the best teams.
they're going to do it all. They lost first round to Tampa Bay. But so if you go down the list, it's 2022. It's a lost quarterfinal, preliminary, meaning the play-in game, quarterfinal, semifinal, quarterfinal, Stanley Cup, prelim, finals, prelim, won the cup, semifinal, prelim, quarterfinal, semifinal, won, prelim, won, semi, final, won, quarter, prelim, final, won, quarter. There's an awful lot of first round exits there for President's Cup winners.
It's interesting though that if they do get to the finals,
They're most likely going to win.
right, almost certainly.
But if the
I mean, what's that? What, almost 80%, maybe even more? I don't
More,
know what the math is on that.
8 out of 11,
83 or something
Yeah.
like that.
yeah. And it's insane to me that you have a team that strong who's falling off. But I guess the counter to that is if you look at these guys who lost in the quarters, they're facing the bottom seed every single time. You lose to the bottom seed. Bottom seed ain't got nothing to lose. They're coming in underdog mentality, and the underdog mentality in hockey is dangerous. It's dangerous in any sport, but in hockey, it's real tough. So that could be it too. I don't know, but the Stanley Cup playoffs. If you guys haven't watched it in the past, go ahead watch it. It's worth it. You're gonna see some amazing games. You're gonna see a lot of goals this year. You're gonna see some fights. It's gonna be fun.
Watch
Go
out for
check
them
it out.
Dallas Stars. I'm just telling
They
you right
got an
now.
interesting path. It's winnable. It's winnable. They got to get past Minnesota if everything holds.
They will.
But they get them at home. They have home ice, so they get 4 games at home. Or is it 3 games at home? I remember the first one's 5 or 7. But either way, Dallas is good at home this year. The only thing that'll be tough for them is if they end up facing a Canadian team in Canada. If you end up facing Winnipeg, or if you end up facing Edmonton in Canada,
I'm not worried.
there is no arena like those two.
I know, but I'm not worried. I feel very confident with them.
I think my prediction is the winner's going to come out of the East this year. I think the East is top to bottom stronger this year than the West.
I mean, yeah. I'm not arguing that. I don't know enough about it, but from what I've seen, like I feel very confident with the Stars going into the playoffs.
Oh, the Stars have a great chance. Great chance to get to the Cup. The question is, do they have the firepower to beat the Bruins, the Rangers, the Devils, or Carolina, or Toronto? Because Toronto could finally put it together. It'd be the first Canadian team, I think the best shot of being one of the first Canadian teams to win it since 1993.
That's just good to see they have Canadian teams in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, you know, they got to win their sport eventually.
I know.
It's still shocking to me how poorly Canadian teams perform, generally speaking, in the NHL, with it being like their national sport.
Yeah.
I think it might just have to do with just the odds are so much tougher for them. Majority of your teams are in America, in the United States. America. But majority of the teams are down here. So, I mean, statistically, it would be more difficult for a Canadian team to win it.
What's the only team that did? The Canucks?
Oh, I mean, a bunch of them won it. A bunch of them have won it, but Montreal was the
recently?
last team. Yeah, 93. It's literally
Didn't Vancouver win at some point?
no. They rioted after they lost in the
Oh,
finals.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yes, they rioted after they lost. Difference. But yeah, Montreal's the last Canadian home team to win it and take it. So it's an interesting thing, but maybe this year will be it. You got some good Canadian teams. Edmonton's good, and Toronto's good. And no, don't sleep on Winnipeg, but Edmonton and Toronto have a decent shot of going pretty far. I think there's a good chance we see at least one Canadian team in one of the conference finals.
Ooh, that's a good one. I kind of like that. I think I would stick with you on that.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance we see at least one.
I think so
In
too.
one of them. Yeah.
I think so too. I think you're right. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But God, just Canadians at home. Here's the thing. Okay, so I see this in your chat. I think the Stars are going to surprise some people this year. I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think the Stars are going to surprise anybody. And the reason I say that is because I don't think the Stars are surprising at this point. They've been consistent all year. So wow, Derek. On the hockey side of it, I don't think anyone's doubting the Stars
Hey, I'm
at all.
sticking up for my team. Oh wait, you said the Stars, right?
Yeah, I'm
that's who you're
defending
talking-
them.
Oh fuck! I said okay. I thought you said
Yeah.
the other thing. They're not going to
No.
surprise people.
No, you're right. I don't think they're going to surprise people because
I
no
know.
one's going to be
Damn it.
surprised they're good.
Okay, don't let me retype that. Don't listen to me. I'm a fucking moron. I swear I heard that different than what you said. I guess.
Well, no. So he said, I think the Stars are going to surprise some people. I'm saying they're not going to surprise anybody because they've been consistent all year. No, like
Yeah,
no
I
one's doubting them
know.
this year.
Man, that's just me, dumb.
They're what
Dumb
are they?
Derek.
This whole exchange reminds me of that George W. Bush quote. Fool me once, shame on you. You fool me, I can't get fooled again.
Yeah, I mean the Stars are the
Shut
two.
up, Dyer.
The Stars are a 2 seed. Like everyone knows. Like they've been scoring goals all season. All season they've been good.
They've been very good. I really don't know where the fuck my head was at there.
I mean, I think your head's trying to figure out what the hell you're doing over the next 14 days.
No, it's more of me. I think I'm trying to order. Well, I am trying to order food, but
I'm gonna guess salad.
no, this time it's not.
Damn.
I'm getting Chick-fil-A. I'm just trying to get a milkshake, but they don't have it on here as an option.
That's rude.
You can get a milkshake delivered. It's going to be half melted by the time it gets to you.
No, it's not, Dyer. Shut your pie hole. Done this multiple times, but there is no shakes today.
That's rough. I got a Frosty today. I was very happy.
That's all right. I don't
Frosty.
need it.
Yeah, I got a vanilla Frosty. Dip my fries in it too. If you don't dip your fries into Frosty, we can't be friends.
I do have a brownie though.
Guess we're not friends then.
Wow. You know what? Well, your strike 1 was your Almond Joys, Dyer. Now you're not dipping your fries in your Frosty. That's strike 2. Like you are fast going down on the list here, sir.
We need an Almond Joy Frosty. Get a little crossover action there.
Okay, hear me out here.
I'm here.
That might not be a bad combo.
See?
The almond joy itself sucks.
Nope, no. We're not gonna have anything to do with an almond joy.
Let's talk about this all night.
Wouldn't it basically be like a pina colada at that point? A chocolate pina colada?
Nope.
It would.
It would just be a piece of shit. Is what it would be.
Here's a nice piece of shit.
Yep. Drink
Have
up.
fun.
Drink up this shit thing.
Drink it up and spit it out.
Like a fucking.
It's gonna
like
literally
you're at a
go in
wine
the
tasting.
same way and come back out the same way.
Oh,
I hope that's what you see every time is a turd when you eat an almond joy.
That's some good shit.
No, it's not.
it's a shitty shit. It shits.
I love this shit.
I can't. I can't with this. We're gonna go back to puck talk.
We're getting off the rails.
Back to puck. Yeah, for real. The almond joy derailed us heavily. We just need to like, we need to get Dyer, like, you know, somebody have a swear cup. We're gonna get him an almond joy cup. Every time he says he likes almond joy, he has to donate $1 to 60 feet 6.
Almond Joy shot collar.
Oh god. See, now we're getting ideas here. Now we're getting almond joys and Andy's Mint's top tier chocolate candy. So
Who said
anyway,
that?
the Stanley
my
Cup
spirit animal in
playoffs
here.
are coming up, and I'm really excited about it. No, yeah, but guys, if you haven't watched hockey, go ahead and watch some hockey this playoff season. It's been on ESPN, ABC this year, so at least some people get to watch it instead of trying to find it. Although NBC Sports was a home. Doc Emmerich was amazing.
Dyer, you have one friend. His name's Art the Bear.
Oh
and he
yeah,
says
Art.
almond joys and Andy's Mints, top tier chocolate candy.
Disagreed. Disagreed.
Although
Let's
slow
go.
and dangerous.
You guys, wait,
can
you
still
guys
serve
don't
a
like
purpose.
Andy's?
Yeah, Andy's nuts all over your face. Don't ever try to come at me with that.
You know what, Derek? You may have.
I definitely deserve that.
Yeah, I think you earned a woo, and I got nothing to say. I think that's yours. You were so smooth. The
I knew
comeback
where-
delivery was
it
just right there. You were ready for
because
it.
I knew what he was trying to do.
You were ready for it. You were just.
If he didn't like laugh before he said Andy's, I would have been fine. He would have actually got it. But
Is that your second woo? Is your woo count at 2?
I think I am at 2 actually.
Dyer, how many woos do you have?
I have 0. I'm woo skunked.
You're
what I'm doing.
Woo skunk?
He's woo
Yeah.
skunked. He's
A
yeah.
kangaroo song.
I need to
Oh,
take
no.
a woo song.
Oh no. Moving on to an unintended consequence of the pitch clock. I don't know if you guys have seen this. A lot of MLB teams now are extending their beer sales to the 8th inning.
Hell yeah.
A lot of teams were stopping their beer sales.
I
Their
gotta
beer
take
sales.
this real quick.
sales. Okay. A lot of MLB teams were taking their beer sales, ending their beer sales in the 7th. But I guess the game's moving so fast and all dire. They said, we got to extend to the 8th. It's cutting into our bottom dollar. And I was thinking about that because these games are going so much faster now. I wonder what that does to beer sales.
I wonder, are people buying more at the beginning, like buying faster or like double fisting or anything like that? Or is it truly cutting into the bottom line? Because I could see something like this having the opposite effect, where they actually sell more beer because people are conscious of the fact that the game's moving quicker and they're not going to have the chance to drink as much during the game.
So I had a friend who I have friends who've been to games so far this year, and excuse me, one of them has said that they have seen in early innings a lot more people bringing out absolute like armfuls of beers, like 2, 3, 4 a person, that they haven't seen in the past. So I just wonder if people are just buying beer early.
I think that might be it.
Stocking
Maybe
up.
maybe people get to the park a little bit earlier. I mean, a lot of places, a lot of teams have more to do in these newer stadiums, so it's not outside the realm of possibility that you don't have to go to the bar before the game and pregame and party up a little bit. You can go into the stadium and enjoy yourself there. Obviously, you're going to spend some more money, but you also get that atmosphere, which is the whole reason why you're there to begin with. So I don't know. It could be something. There could be something to it.
I just think it's interesting that there's the unintended consequences of the pitch clocks, which is things like beer sales. And I wonder about things like food sales. I know a lot of people who wouldn't go and get food until like the 6th or 7th. Like there are two types of people at ballparks I found, or three types of people at ballparks I found when it comes to food. People I've interacted with. People like me, I get my food. I try to get there early and I get my food right when I get there. Like I like to get to the stadium early. I like to get to the stadium an hour and a half early. Watch some batting practice. Walk around the stadium, see the sights, get my food then, and just kind of eat. And then if someone goes and wants to get food, then I'll just give them some money. Say, hey, can you just grab me like a popcorn or something?
Okay.
Then there are the people who don't care. They'll just go whenever to get food.
See, for me,
And
I don't like to eat at the beginning. You see, I like to. I get my beers. I get a few beers. I
Yeah.
get my base. You got to get that base,
Yeah.
right?
are you a seventh inning
then-
food guy?
I'm like a more of a fifth inning food.
Okay,
guy.
yeah, mid game guy. Yeah,
Mid game. Because if
mid-game.
I go too early, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to be hungry in the fucking 8th,
True. But
and I want to be
will-
getting up going to get food in the 8th.
Will that still be the case though with the shortened games though?
I don't know. I haven't
So-
been to one yet.
So
I want to go.
I was I helped Derek do a Twitch, I guess we'll call it a Twitch call of a Rangers game 2 days ago. And there was, I kid you not, including the commercial break, a 9-minute 30-second inning,
Damn, including the commercial?
including the commercial.
Wait, you're talking top and bottom, or
Top
a
and
half
bottom.
inning?
Top
Wow.
and bottom. Under 10 minutes. Under 10 minutes in the Rangers game. So
Okay.
do you have to I don't know, because here's the thing with some food lines. I guess it depends on the stadium. I can't speak for the stadiums near you, Cleveland and such. I can't speak for the food lines there, but I can speak from the perspective of someone who goes to games in the tri-state area. It's like there's good luck. You're gonna be waiting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But mobile ordering, that's becoming a thing. A lot more stadiums now doing mobile ordering, pre-pickup. You go out, you pick up your food, you order ahead of time, you go pick it up from a stand. That's always an option.
You could set up some of those like hot dog carts in the concourse, too, for people that just want to grab a brat or a dog or something that don't want anything, no frills kind of stuff. Just throw out some of the basics, peanuts, popcorn, stuff like that. Those don't take up a whole lot of space. There's a
See,
lot
so-
of wasted space in these concourses.
There is. Now, see, I have a strategy when it comes to food. My strategy is, if I'm walking around the concourse with you before the game and you want a beer, right? I will usually buy the first rounds of beer.
Okay.
Because then when I ask you when you go to get food in the 5th, hey,
Ah,
can you grab me like a pretzel? See, I've already bought you your $14 beer.
that's smooth. That's smart.
Now we're even. Makes sense.
Hell yeah. I like the way you think,
big
Terps.
brain. Because it also makes sense though. I mean, even if I didn't do that, like if I was going up and you asked me, hey man, could you grab me a nachos or whatever? Like, yeah. Why would 3 of us go get food when one of us can get food? It doesn't make sense. We can all get it from the same place. Just one of us get it, bring it back.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I would always do, and that's how we did it when we were at the WBC. Is one of us would buy and we just kept like not even a tab. It was just, we assumed everything would come out to be equal at the end of it, just because everyone's
Right.
buying each other. Someone would get up to get a beer, they'd come back with 2 more. All right, here's one for you. Here's one for you. That kind of thing.
Sure. Of course. It's the same concept as buying rounds at the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which my wife cannot wrap her head around, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. She's like, why do guys do that? Why do you, because she'll see like my credit card statement or something. And she'll be like, I'll be like, oh, well, there were 3 of us there and we had 4 rounds and I was the odd guy out. I had to get 2.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It's
That's
like,
how it is.
it all comes out in the wash because it's not the only time that we'll ever all go out. And at the next time, somebody else is probably going to be the odd guy out.
It's a rotation.
Exactly. It's a fair way of doing it, and I just feel like us guys have it pre-wired into our head that that's just the way it's going to be.
Sure.
I don't think anything of it, and I just know that next time someone else is going to get it, or next time I'll get it, or whatever it is. Now the exception The exception will be things like, you know, if you ask me to get like a crab stuffed pretzel and it's $45, then I'm gonna be like, all right, Dyer, that's at least 2 beers.
Right.
Right there. Maybe 3 if they're the small ones.
Right.
Or a beer and a souvenir cup. We'll go with 2 of those. But yeah, I mean, the food's interesting. I mean, Derek, you've been to some games already this year. Now you're not a muncher during games though, correct?
I don't really do too much. Like, I don't drink really or any of that stuff. I like to watch the game. I'm locked into that. That's just how I am. I don't like to talk, to be honest.
Do you ever get food during the game? Unless, I mean,
I try to
apart
get it
from the
before.
times, I was gonna say, like, apart from times like you're in a suite or where there's food provided.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Baseball, I haven't sat anywhere other than the suite.
Yeah. But when you go to sporting events in general, so you're
when
like
I go to the
me,
Mavs game or a Stars game, I'm eating before. I'm going to try to eat something beforehand, or I don't eat until after the game.
So you're like me. I try to get it, if I'm going to eat at the stadium, I try to get it on the way in. I get there early, get it on the way in when there's no lines ever right away. And then I'm usually planted for the actual game itself.
Yeah,
Hockey's a little different because there's intermission. You have that.
Well, there's halftime.
True.
Baseball, yeah, you're right. There's not. Like, I feel like now that's the thing with, and you may have already said this while I was on the phone. I apologize. But I feel like now, because of how the pitch clock is and everything, things happen so fast that if you go to get food, beer, piss, shit, whatever, you're going to miss quite a bit.
Yeah,
like you could possibly miss 2 to 3 innings.
Yeah, like I said, when we were doing the game in here 2 nights ago, we had, what was it, a 9-minute, 30-second inning.
Yeah, that's what
Top
I'm saying.
of inning, commercial break, 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Bottom of the inning, done. Under 10 minutes.
That's a good point too. For people that played or drank here at the old ballpark, yeah, your beers get warm after about half an inning, or a third of an inning.
I mean, that makes sense.
That's normal, yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. But yeah, I like I said, a lot of teams have now started to sell beer in the 8th inning, which makes sense. Bottom dollar, just give them a little bit extra time to get their drinks. I think the pitch clock is going to have some other unintended consequences. One of the things that I had an interesting conversation about with somebody is, what about the hourly workers?
Well, you're hurting everybody. There's less
That's what I'm
concessions
saying.
and everything. Yeah, you're not helping that at all. And I do want to add to this because I thought this was pretty funny. Barney says, hell, I miss a few pitches just going to piss at my own house. There's no line. And
that's
it's
true.
10 steps away, which is very true. Yeah, that's happened here.
Yeah,
Sure.
You just have to walk to your kitchen and you open.
Yeah, when I went to, I went and got, what did I get? Water or my food? That's what it was. I got my food. You took over and it was like already half an inning done. And I literally went 6 steps.
Came back and what the fuck happened? Being attacked by a stink bug.
Those fucking stink bugs.
They're everywhere.
Those fart bugs.
I hate them so much.
Fart knockers.
But I wonder what it's doing for the hourly people. And yeah, people say, well, it doesn't affect them that much. Yeah, you're right. But if it's an hour, if they lose an hour pay every single game,
That's
or 2 hours
82
every
hours.
single game. Yeah.
81 hours.
Well, half the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80-ish hours that you're losing. That's 2 weeks of pay.
Well, this is what everybody wanted, right? You want a faster game? All right, sorry. The other people have to pay. Less concessions.
Now on top of that too, you got to make sure you're at the game on time. Like, you could cut to some games within 10 minutes or whatever. The lines weren't bad. You might miss an inning getting through the busy stadiums with security, getting to your seats and everything. Now, so I was watching the Mets game today, right? The Mets game was a 1:30 game on a Wednesday, mind you. They have an off day tomorrow too, which is weird. But 1:30 game on a Wednesday.
That's normal. Off day on Thursday.
No, the off day is not weird. It's the 1:30 part that's weird.
For the day game?
Yeah.
On a Wednesday?
Yeah.
It's travel day.
Yeah, but what?
It's always that way.
Whatever.
It's not for them. It's not. The off day is not necessarily designated for them. It was more for
True.
the other side of it. Plus,
True.
you got to think that in a 1:30 game, they're traveling back to the West Coast too. I get it; they're getting hours back. I'm assuming that's where they're going. because I know they haven't been home
Yeah.
yet. But that's the other thing too. You got to think about is it's more for the travel. That's why there's always on Wednesdays and Thursdays. It's usually, I would say, 90% of the time a day game.
But anyway, the interesting thing while I was watching is I saw a dad. They showed the outside shots of the stadiums everyone does. There's a dad coming in with two kids, about half an hour late, give or take. Now, there's no lines at Citi Field. You can get in pretty quickly, right? And it's mass transit in New York City, so there can be delays, but it's usually pretty efficient. It was almost the fourth inning. Like, you were half an hour late, and you were in the third inning. Like, that's nuts. Like a third of the game was gone, essentially gone at that point. So get to your games on time, people. Don't wait.
They're early. Enjoy the ambiance.
I'm gonna murder this.
You're murder the stink bug.
Fucker. Yeah, I got it.
That's
Ugh.
He's
Worth
going to
it,
leave
though.
a present for you.
Oh, I know, but he's been buzzing around, and I can't take it. And yet, you always ran the risk of missing innings with traffic, but now it's so much more exaggerated. Now you might not miss one or two. You could miss 2, 3, 4 innings.
You ain't lying. Yeah, you're missing half the game.
So
I get it. People are going to like it, but you're also going to start seeing the other side of it. Like, damn, you know what? Maybe I took this for granted.
It's definitely helping speed up the game. I mean, the other unintended.
This is now the fastest sporting event.
Yeah. You have games under 2 hours. You have games who can go under 2 hours now.
Yep. This is definitely the fastest sporting event.
Football never goes under 2 hours.
No, the football is usually 3.5 hours.
Oh, but no one
Minimum.
complains about football.
Well, duh, they're not
You-
going to.
You don't hear one person say football takes too
They're
long.
only playing 16 games a year, 17, whatever it is, or 18.
Mm-hmm. Hypocrites.
Yeah, I'm,
Yeah,
you're
but
preaching to the choir here.
anyway, yeah. I mean, football's long. Hockey is usually about 2.5 hours, including intermissions.
It's usually close to 3. I mean, they start at 10 or 7. You get done at 10, 10:30.
10-ish. Yep.
So it's definitely 3 hours.
Basketball about the same.
Yep. But baseball was too slow, I guess.
Baseball's too slow. Whole 3 hour game too slow for people. Oh no. You know what it is? You know what it is, Derek? You have to sit outside in the summer. It's too much sun. We're withering away. We can't handle the sun no more. Big problem. Big problem. Of course, stolen bases are also up.
Which they
Nice.
will. Shorter
You do-
bases.
Shorter bases plus the step off rule, which is played into an
Stupid.
effect.
Dumb.
And you're seeing stolen bases up to wazoo. We're going to see a stolen base record.
It's got an asterisk. There's no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you're not going to compare that to Ricky Henderson. And I get it. People are going like, that's just old school. You're going to be a grumpy old man. No, that's actually true. Like, I'm sorry. You shorten the bases by 4 inches. And hey, 4 inches is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, it's you're not doing anything that's you're changing the game, and it's not progressing it in that way that it's the same as what it was before. Like, you can't
No.
compare stats with it. I get it. People want to give shit about Barry Bonds and the steroids and hitting home runs, but the fences never changed. Nothing changed. I get it. We don't know because he didn't test positive for it, but that's him saying that they say him taking steroids. But at the end of the day, you still have to hit the ball. It doesn't change the way your vision is or anything like that. You still have to hit it. Yes,
Sure,
it's going to
make
give you some
contact.
more pop and more power, but you still have to make contact. And that's not easy to do. He was doing things beforehand that were Hall of Fame worthy. I mean, fuck. Come on. And Ricky Henderson's stolen base, that's never going to be touched. It should not be allowed. If somebody breaks his record this year, I'm sorry, I'm not going to count that for you. You didn't truly steal. You literally you got extra 4 inches, and you didn't have to worry about multiple pickoffs. You were set because they picked off twice, and that third time they have to get you. It's an automatic balk. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and you might as well stand
Yeah.
at second base at that point.
I think that rule is a bigger deal than the extra 4 inches, I think.
I don't know, because the 4 inches, I know we make jokes about it and stuff, but 4 inches is a lot now that you think about it. I mean,
but you lose.
Play, of course. That's a difference right there between being safe and out.
Yep.
But you also lose your control. You lose base runner control.
That's my point right there. Is pitchers aren't able to hold runners as effectively as they used to be, because now it's this whole mind game of, well, I came over twice now. Now he knows that I can't come over again. Or if I come over once, now it's just this whole big fucking thing. I don't know. I just don't. I think it gets into everybody's head too much, and it doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Well, the thing I talked about it a little bit with when we were doing the Rangers game, but talk about it on the podcast because we can get a little more in depth. And I'm curious, Derek, your take on it specifically here. But we've seen a number of, and it's been older pitchers mainly having this problem. We're seeing a lot more drop in velo early on this year in the later innings, in the 5th, 6th, 7th inning, particularly in older pitchers. Now, obviously, the pitch clock is one of the first things people are pointing to, and I've heard multiple different takes on this. But what's your take on that? Because it's not a coincidence that we're seeing this much velo drop from this many people. It's not
Right.
like this many people are hurt.
I talked about this today on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, for those that aren't in Dallas, but it's this is the thing. I got to talk to Real Muto about this, and that was really cool for me. He's somebody that I wish I could have got to throw to. But it, we were talking about it, and I was like, man, what do you think about this pitch clock? And the thing that he was saying is, as a catcher, it sucks because he's okay with it. He gets it. He does like it. He's like, yeah, it's making the game go faster. That's good too. But he also said he's not a fan of it because of the situation. For example, he gets on base wherever he is. So we're just going to use first base, for example. Terps comes up and grounds into a double play. He's got to sprint basically off the field, put his shit on, and get back out there and catch the whatever to get ready before the game starts, before he gets a violation. And some of those times for me as a pitcher, what I would always do is it's like, hey, I'd be like, Romuto, take your time. I'll be fine. Get out there, get yourself some water, get yourself back together. Like, I get it. You just ran a shit ton. Like, catch your breath. Same thing for an outfielder. I've talked to this with Robbie Grossman. You're running in from left field and you're up first. You have to hurry up and get in there, get your shit on, and then get up to the box. Sometimes what happens is you see a lot of guys burn their only timeout that they get just so that they can catch their breath while they're up there.
Yeah.
That shit is horrible. Like, this is where we need a better feel for it when it comes to this pitch clock. I get it. It is. It's awesome. Games are going fast. At the same time, though, like we just talked about 2 minutes ago, this has now become the fastest sport being played. Because there's no times. Like, the times are faster than all the other sports. Now, and yes, that's why I was leading to that.
Injuries,
so I guess it's good.
Yeah.
You're causing guys to rush a lot more. And then with that being said, that's creating more throwing rather than pitching, which is going to create injuries because now, and that's where it also comes down to, we're not teaching pitching now because of, we want guys just throwing because of spin rate, whatever. So we're not really working on location, and you're not able to throw as many quality pitches that you want to because you are too concerned with the clock and trying to beat the clock. Yep. It's not a race. And conditioning for pitchers, it's going to have to change. You're going to have to be a lot more in shape. You're not going to see guys like David Wells and stuff like that. You might see them, but they're only pitching 1 inning at the max. Like, and I hate saying that because it's not how it should be, but they want everything to be so much faster. And at some point, injuries are going to go up. People are going to start complaining about having to hurry because, trust me, it's good at the beginning of the season, but come to game, 145, let's see how it's going then, especially if your team's out of it.
Yeah.
You're going to see some shit then too. So it sucks. Again, I'm okay. Like, it's taken a little bit on me that, maybe this pitch clock thing's not as bad as I thought, but at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of the other stuff that maybe other people weren't paying attention to or watching. And that's where it's like, yeah, I was right. I'm not a big fan of this pitch clock. But again, from the very beginning, the pitch clock was designated for those that take way too long doing whatever kind of antics it is on the mound or swing and miss, and you got to walk all the way around the home plate. I get it. We're trying to eliminate that. But at the same time, We do not need to change this much.
Well, and the velo loss is noticeable. There are guys who you're seeing more. You're seeing what you would normally see in their 80th to 90th pitch. Now losing velo in their 70th, 75th, and it's not just one or two guys. It's a bunch of
It's
guys.
going around the league, yeah.
Yeah, and that's going to cause concern too, because that will lead to injuries.
And this
Velo
is the
dropped that
beginning of the
early.
year.
Yeah,
What's it going to look like
Well, on top
in August when it's hot as fuck?
to add to that too, think about this. We have already seen multiple position players pitching. That should tell you something too. A lot of runs are being scored. Is this really what we signed up for? Is this what we wanted to see, high scoring games? That's where it becomes no longer pitching, we're throwing. And also I see the comment too about hit by pitches. We like to see that.
it's
at the
already
end
up.
of the year. So there you
It's
go.
already up.
Like we're doing more. It's great, but it's more beneficial, as I've said before on one of the other episodes. This is beneficial to the hitters, the offense. This is more of another shot at pitchers that we have to fight through again.
The Mets are doing their thing. They're getting a hit. I saw one game, 4 Mets batters be hit in a matter of an inning and a half, and none of it's intentional. Not any of it is intentional. But it's interesting that I've heard other people say the same thing about having to sprint in left fielders when they're dugouts on the first base side, right fielders when they're dugouts on the third base side, third baseman when they're dugouts on the first base side. Like Derek's right. Now it's get your bat, be ready to go within however long
5 seconds.
it is. Yeah. Now you have time. You have a little bit of time. It's not like literally you get to be out there right away, but it still cuts down quite a bit.
I want
It's
to
almost yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I want to add to this because Jamie, I liked his comment too. Part of the run increase, small part, the shift change. That's actually kind of false because a lot of the shifts have still been able to been manipulated in there. Now, granted, you are seeing some, so I'll give you a little bit. I'd say it's more of a 30-70%. Like 30% it hasn't worked and 70% still worked. You've seen the outfielder shift over. You've seen left fielder become right center-ish, second base kind of area. You've also seen right fielder come in, and then it's left center, right center-ish.
It's
So
some
it's
weird ones,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, there's been some weird ones, but they definitely. I mean, yes, you're right. They played a small part, but they're still not. It's not enough. It's still there's still a shift.
Yeah, and it's also been interesting to watch how different umpires are handling it. I've seen some games where it's gone down to, down to way past time, and they haven't buzzed, they haven't said anything. And I've seen umpires where the minute it gets to 8 seconds, Manny Machado was thrown out for this year already. The clock hit 8, not like it didn't sit on 8 and almost go to 7. It went 9, 8, strike. And it's just interesting to see the difference in how different umpires are doing that. And now that scouting report's going to come out as the course of the season goes on. This guy's going to call it right away.
Yeah, they are. There's definitely that out there. And on top of that, too, with the Machado thing, this is where it becomes a sensitive subject, too, is he was in the box. He's technically in the box. Now, granted, was he going to
Looking
swing?
attentive. Yeah.
And that's the thing. If your whole rule was you want them to be in the box, well, they're in the box. So if he's not ready to swing, then you can put that on him. Be like, hey, sorry, dude,
Throw the ball.
you're not. Yeah, let him throw and see what happens.
That's what it should be.
But it can't. Yeah, and I agree with that. I think that's how it should be too. But I don't think you should sit here and automatically like, all right, 8 seconds, boom, all right, strike. You didn't acknowledge. Or the other thing too, and I remember this happened to one of your Mets, Terps. You talked about this before. I want to say it was Pete Alonso walking back to first base. That's another stupid thing.
McNeil was batting, and a foul ball that got away, and Pete was trying to steal because shortened base paths.
Well, yeah, it's probably a hit and run, but yeah, I still like
no,
that.
we're saying he's gonna try to steal.
No, I know, that's what I said. I like that. I like
exactly.
it.
And so he is slid, and Pete's not a small individual, and they start the clock immediately the minute the pitcher's back on the mound. It's go, right? So now you get this tactical game of let me just get back on the mound real quick then, because Pete's not getting back to first, and Jeff's not going to start batting until Pete's back at first. You can't. You know, you're going to wait for your guy to get back to first base. Well, time expired. Strike goes to Jeff McNeil because Pete was not back on first base yet. And it's just like, that's going to happen. What you're going to get, guys, is, you know, are guys like Rowdy going to get back in time? Daniel Vogelbach, is he going to get back in time? Like what do you want to do here? What about some of those catchers who aren't as fast? So now you're going to sprint to second and then expect those guys to sprint back to first to come directly back? It's got to be a part of the poor umpire performance start the year too.
No, that's false.
No, they have wristbands too.
Yeah, we're past that. We're not going to use that. It's
They all have wristbands.
They
have legal buzzers.
Oh shit.
What?
My damn Uber Eats put my food at the wrong house.
Lorenzo's up there drinking your milkshake right now.
No, it's not. I didn't get a milkshake. No, it's not. It's not that. It's next door, but it's like, what the fuck are we doing? But anyway, because I'm gonna go get that, so I want to hurry up.
Go have your adventure.
No, I'm gonna say. But the thing is to umpires, it's not theirs. But what sucks, and that would go back to what we had talked about before, from running to outfield to hurry up and get in and beat the clock or whatever. In Pete's situation too, what people don't understand is, yes, like you said, he ran. It was like we'll say it was a steal. He slid, but he didn't see what happened. His intent was, I'm stealing, I'm getting this bag, and he thought that there was a throw down. He has no idea. Even if he peeked, he still slid.
Yeah,
so he's like, okay, what happened? Foul ball. Well, the umpire probably was like, oh, it's just a foul ball. The guy out there is doing his job, just telling him what it is. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. So he's getting up and then casually bringing himself back, not realizing that it's dictated on him that if he's not back, your boy that's up at the plate, Neil, is going to get charged a strike. Yep. That's where it's dumb too.
Now, McNeil ended up getting a double in that at bat. So it worked out for the Mets. But still, it's the whole because it's gonna bite someone. Someone's gonna get hurt. It's gonna bite someone in the butt. And that's where I think this umpire discretion needs to come into play. All right, let the guy get back, and then we'll start the clock. Or wait for the guy to get halfway back and then start the clock. Or it doesn't need to be. If we're adding 5 seconds here and there, it's not going to change the game and take it back to the 3-hour mark. It's just not. Excuse me, Dyer. What are your thoughts on it so far?
It's exactly that. There's been some good from it. I didn't think that it was going to be this effective in shortening the games. So that's nice. That's cool that that's happened, and that its main reason for implementing this rule is happening. But there's all these other issues. And again, this is the first week of the season. So, or second week, I guess it is at this point. These injury issues, velocity, fatigue, all this stuff. What's it going to look like at the end of the year? What's it going to look like in October?
Yeah.
I mean, this is not something that's not going to have a ripple effect. It's not an anomaly and then people will just kind of figure it out. These are real issues that we don't know how it's going to pan out. It's only going to I don't think it's going to get better. I don't think that guys, we're talking about guys that have their arms in the best shape that they're going to be in right now at the beginning of the season. They're not going to be in better shape in September.
I think the interesting thing too is what happens when it costs someone a game in the postseason, because it's going to happen.
Sure.
Someone's going to lose a game because of a strike issued or a walk issued or whatever. Heat of the moment, crowd's going crazy. You're just trying to collect yourself. It's going to happen. And there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, you can complain, but what are you gonna do about it? It's not reviewable. You can't say anything. So now you're at this situation, and people are gonna get hurt, and things are gonna get lost. And the first team to lose a game, the first team to lose a game in the postseason because of this is going to cause an absolute riot. And it's gonna be really interesting to see how MLB handles that. Especially if it's one of their storyline teams.
Yeah, it depends on who that team is. If it's a team like Cleveland, it's just the way it is. If it's the New York Yankees, one shit's got to happen.
Or
Something's
the
gotta change.
Dodgers, or
Dodge.
yeah,
Yep.
then it's going to be, oh, we looked at the rules and we're going to make it 25 seconds instead of 20. It's things like that's gonna affect it. Well, Derek's making me want Chick-fil-A now. I'm watching him unpack. He's doing like an unofficial unboxing in front of us at the moment.
It's
And-
glorious.
It looks glorious. It looks
Unpopular
great.
opinion: Chick-fil-A overrated as shit.
You know what, Dyer? You know what?
Really? You agree?
It's good. Chick-fil-A is good. I think it's overhyped. I like Chick-fil-A. I don't think it's like, I've had better chicken sandwiches from other fast food joints.
Yeah, I'd rather have a chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
I'll take Popeyes. I like Popeyes chicken sandwich better.
Ooh, Popeyes.
Now,
That's-
now, hear me out here. Hear me out here. The Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich, though, is fire.
Yeah. Well, see though, the problem with Chick-fil-A is the chicken is never crispy for me. And
It's always
maybe
soggy?
Yes,
you can order it
always
crispy?
soggy every time. Yeah, it's supposed to be crispy. It's a fried chicken patty.
You
I
don't
shouldn't have to
yell at
order
me.
it crispy. It's fucking.
I'm just a
I shouldn't have to say, "Can you make that crispy, please?"
Double fry it.
If I wanted the fucker grilled, I'd order it grilled.
I don't know. Like, I just find like Chick-fil-A's milkshakes are good. They're expensive, but they're good. Their French fries are great. I do like their French fries. Top tier French fries. I just think that like
Yeah, they're okay.
chicken. I just think that there are better chicken sandwich places out there. I think Chick-fil-A gets overhyped a little bit.
Okay.
Especially
Different
especially when
strokes
I-
for different folks.
listen, if it works, it works. But what now that does look good though. It looks good. It does taste good. It's just that's like a what, Derek? Like a $12 sandwich? You get the deluxe? 15? 6? 6?
So he's
He's
about
gonna-
6 bites deep and he's not swallowed yet.
Yeah,
So-
we've got a few options there. No,
He's eating this shit like Joey Chestnut
yeah,
in the
but
eating competition.
what I'm saying though is like Zaxby's better chicken sandwiches. Bojangles, I like their chicken better. Raising Cane's, their chicken's better. Chick-fil-A is just it's it's okay. See, I can say, oh, Derek can't respond right now, which is great, but
No, see, and I'm not saying. First of all, I'm not hating on Chick-fil-A. It's
No,
not like
I
I
love
don't
Chick-fil-A.
like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is good. I don't. It's not like if somebody was like, "Hey, let's go I'm going to Chick-fil-A. You want something?" It's not like I'm going to say no. That place sucks. I'll be like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." But I'm not going out of my way to go to Chick-fil-A. It tastes good, texture-wise. Something left to be desired.
okay, Dyer, you know what? I'm setting myself up for failure. Like when I'm in Dallas in a few weeks, Derek's be like, I was gonna get Chick-fil-A, but you don't like Chick-fil-A, so no, I'm gonna get Chick-fil-A, and you're gonna watch me eat it.
I say, good. Let's get Taco Bell.
He's gonna go. There's lunch meat in the fridge. You can have that. I'm gonna eat my Chick-fil-A in front of you. And then knowing Derek, he's gonna be like, oh, this chicken is just it's juicy, succulent. Terps, you want? I got next one. You want? Oh, never mind. You don't like Chick-fil-A.
No.
Neighborhood carryouts have better chicken sandwiches. But see, okay, that's unfair though. I think it's unfair to compare a neighborhood joint to a fast food place. For a few reasons. One, neighborhood joints don't have to follow the rules, so their food's always better. Two, it's always run by someone who's actually passionate about it, not
Yep.
someone who bought a franchise. And three, their prices are normally so much better. So much better.
And in a lot of cases, you're getting a better quality ingredient too.
Yeah, with a neighborhood place,
Yeah,
pop
you're
spot.
gonna get better
Yeah.
chicken. You're gonna get a better bun. You're gonna get a better lot of stuff. You're gonna get fresher vegetables,
100%, I agree with that. 100%.
lettuce and tomato and such.
I don't think it's fair to compare like any fast food joint to like a mom and pop shop. It's just
No.
it's not fair to the fast food joint. Like
No,
they're
you
not they're never gonna win. You're not gonna win that fight.
No, fast food's there for a reason. Fast food's there because it's convenient, it's quick, It's usually reliable.
Yeah, no matter where you go, Big Mac's a Big Mac.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, a Chick-fil-A Chick-fil-A sandwich is Chick-fil-A sandwich. Doesn't matter where you go. You might go to a
Yeah.
place that might be worse than another place, but it's still the essence is still Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yeah, it's soggy in Columbus. It's gonna be soggy in Dallas.
I just want you to know that he's gonna make a point next time I'm there about getting Chick-fil-A. He's gonna be like, "Hey Jamie, you like Chick-fil-A? You want Chick-fil-A? Ah, cool. Crazy. You want Chick-fil-A? We're getting Chick-fil-A. Cool. Terps? Never mind.
You're on your own.
Figure it out."
Box of mac and cheese in the pantry.
Yo, listen. Nothing wrong with mac and cheese.
Hell
I
yeah.
have made some fire mac and cheese. Okay. At Derek's house. He went big. He got the nice box of Velveeta.
Ooh, okay.
I made some banging mac and cheese. I'm cool with that.
You could do some poor man's buffalo chicken mac and cheese. Make your own buffalo sauce because that's the easiest thing in the world to make. People don't know. Crack the code right there. Just make yourself some buffalo sauce. Don't buy the shit from the store. Number 2, get some frozen chicken nuggets out of the freezer. Cook those up in the air fryer. Chop them up a little bit. Toss them in the buffalo sauce on top of your mac and cheese. Boom. You got yourself a good meal, baby.
Oh. Yeah, that is a good meal. And I will be eating that as Derek eats Chick-fil-A in front of me.
Yeah, and everybody will be envious of your delicious buffalo chicken mac and cheese while I eat their soggy sandwich.
No,
The bun falls apart halfway through.
see, what's gonna be sad is I'm gonna be like, "Hey, can I just get a milkshake from Chick-fil-A?" He's like, "Nope."
I can't even get that. I can't get some waffle fries.
He's gonna be like, "No, you said Chick-fil-A was mid. It was okay. It's just you've made your bed."
Give me some waffle fries and a shake.
For free.
Oh my god. Yes, the nuggets if your nuggets are shaped like dinosaurs, you get a Michelin star for that.
Oh hell yeah.
If it's frozen, like the frozen nuggets, good. Dinosaur nuggets though, we're getting a Michelin star. Done. Easy.
Meta.
Just absolutely done. Great. I mean, while we're on the topic of fast food, we might as well dive into fast food. We haven't had a fast food talk in a while. What's your Derek? Do you have an unpopular fast food take? Obviously, ours is Chick-fil-A is mid. Do you have a fast food spot or something a lot of people like, where you're just like, like I'm good? I
don't think a lot of people like Taco Bell.
I think a lot of people are embarrassed to like Taco Bell, but secretly like it.
I don't
You gotta
know.
embrace it. You gotta embrace the diarrhea.
But
I love
see,
Taco
that's
Bell.
maybe
I love
I'm just
Taco Bell.
immune to it because I don't get diarrhea from Taco Bell.
But you also eat a ton of Taco Bell.
I do. I spend about $45 on Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That's just me.
So, I'm aware. but yeah, I mean, I like Taco. Maybe you know what? You probably have grown immunity to it.
I honestly, I would believe it. It wouldn't make me. I don't know. But I also agree. Snake said it too. Taco Bell shits are myth. I think that's just you in your own head. Whoever eats Taco Bell and you get the shits, I think that's all in your head.
I don't think I was being facetious when I said diarrhea, but generally I do have a big old dump after a Taco Bell. However, it's because I get 17 different things.
Yeah, I was about
and
to say
just
I order
eat
half the menu.
copious- Exactly.
it is
I just
the
eat
variety.
way too much. It has nothing to do with the food itself. It's just that I eat so much of it.
I was gonna
Another-
say, coffee makes you poop, don't it?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good for you. Clean you out.
I think
Taco Bell's good for you.
Taco Bell keeps everybody regular.
yeah,
right.
exactly. So go out, get yourself some Taco Bell. And I will say, Taco Bell delivery, I refuse to get tacos when I do that. I'll get something else. I'll still get Taco Bell, but I'm not getting the tacos because they're always soggy.
Kind of
Yeah.
the same thing with wings too. I feel like if you order wings to deliver, I feel like it defeats the purpose. Head really got me on that. Is if I can go get them, that'll be fine. Then they're okay. But if I have to have them delivered, I think it just waits even longer.
Well, you can time it too. You can say, okay, the wings are gonna be the wings will be done in half an hour. I know it takes me 20 minutes to get there, or 10, 15 minutes to get there. Get in the car, go get it, and they're like, you're walking the door, they're handing it to you, walking out. They're not sitting in some dude's car as he's driving around the block trying to figure out how to get into your neighborhood. I forgot
The
the word
back
for
gate?
neighborhood there for a second. Yeah. And then delivering it to the wrong house.
Yeah, that was cool.
I don't know how they do that. You don't live in a neighborhood where it's easy to confuse it.
I don't know how people get confused. It's not that hard.
I would get it if you were like in like a apartment or like in a town like a townhome situation or like a place in Florida where every house looks exactly the same and they're just you know what I mean? Like that would make sense. But oh well. I will say I mentioned it earlier. Burger King. We'll talk about them in a minute because they suck now. But
Mhm.
the Big
Their
Mac,
fries were good though.
their
They
fries
used to be.
they're not the same. Burger King did something.
Mhm.
Well, I haven't had
I-
Burger King in
Taste
forever.
now,
I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I had Burger King.
So I got Burger King the other day because Uber Eats was having a sale and it was spend $10 get a free burger and I was like, all right, bet.
Spend what?
Like-
$10, you get a free burger.
Yeah, it was like $10 and get a free burger. I was like, all right, that like that's bet done. I'll spend more than that anyway. Like I just got
That's
a
a
regular
value
pound.
meal and that's a value
Yeah.
meal and a milkshake.
Yeah, so that's literally what I did. I got a small like chicken fries. Their chicken fries are pretty good. And a drink, and that was like, $12. So I spent the threshold, got myself a free burger of one of their free burgers. All right, cool. It was their new charbroiled. I guess that's because they were like, throwing out something new or whatever, or different, or just trying to advertise it. You know what it tastes like, and I'm gonna say exactly what it tastes like, and you guys are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Shit. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
all right. Ready for this? Summer camp cheeseburger.
Oh no, yeah.
Summer camp cheeseburger. The ones where you're out having
That's-
field day, you're running around, they got the big massive grill going, and they're making the burgers, and you come in and you grab a burger that's been sitting there for like, 15 minutes. It tastes exactly like that.
That's what I was getting ready to chime back in, is because of Dyer's stupid fucking comment about Chick-fil-A. And you just reminded me, so thank you, Terps. Yes, those sandwiches in the summertime were terrible. That was like your bun had been sitting out in the sun for 13 hours, got its own cook, and then your burger's just absolute god-awful. Well, I want to point out something, Dyer. My Chick-fil-A sandwiches that I just had today, 0 parts of the bun fell apart on both sandwiches. So don't ever talk about my buns like that again.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Maybe
My
I'll have to get
experience.
Chick-fil-A while I'm there, and I'll tell you an unbiased opinion, Dyer. We can FaceTime the podcast group, and we can have a Chick-fil-A experience.
Discussion.
Yeah.
And maybe this particular Chick-fil-A is the anomaly, and it's the one where the people there actually do care, and they make sure that your shit is right.
But yeah, Burger King, it literally tasted like a summer camp like cheeseburger.
That's disappointing.
Like, and I don't know if I can say that, and you know exactly what that taste is.
Yeah.
Everyone knows exactly what that taste is, and it was it was as a kid you didn't care, and even as an adult, if you're out at like a lake party or a lake, you don't care. But I don't want that from Burger King. Your name is Burger. Give me like a.
Well, with the name itself, like you just said, you're going to call yourself Burger King. You better have better shit.
So so what you're telling me is the only flavor it had was that char flavor, and there was nothing else.
Like no, not just the char flavor, the gas flavor.
Yeah.
You know, how, like that propane. Yeah, that
Mhm.
flavor.
Ooh,
Exactly. Exactly like that. Cheese
No,
didn't
no
exist.
spices.
Nothing. You didn't taste the cheese. Didn't taste the lettuce. Nothing. I bet you that if they served, if they had sides, if I gotten sides with it, I would have gotten a tiny bags of Lay's potato chips and a piece of fucking, like, I don't know, watermelon that's been sitting out in the sun for an hour.
Maybe a fruit by the foot.
Oh, listen, I'm okay with fruit by the foot.
Yes, but when fruit by the foot's the highlight of your meal, it's not a great meal. Fruit by the foot's fine, but it's not the star of the show.
Yeah, so I can make a good point. Dairy Queen outdoes Burger King. Why is Dairy Queen beating out Burger King in burgers?
That's actually
Dairy Queen.
That's a
Dairy
good-
Queen's a secret.
Yeah.
Oh, I
that's
People don't
know.
know about Dairy Queen's. Dairy Queen's got some good food.
I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just saying that doesn't make sense. Why is Burger King being outdone by Dairy Queen?
They call it Burger Queen.
They should. Or are they going to do what Domino's does and just remove the pizza from their name? Remember when Domino's used to be called Domino's Pizza. Now it's just called Domino's. And they did that because they sell other things. That's literally why they did it. So maybe Dairy Queen just to be known as the queen. Oh.
I dig.
Sonic, also better than Burger King. Agreed. I agree with that. Sonic's also better.
Wait.
Yeah, Sonic is iffy.
I'm out on Sonic.
Sonic is great at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Anything's great at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but I don't gotta get on my car.
Brahms, have you guys ever had Brahms? I know we don't have it up north, so I doubt.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, we got it.
You guys have it?
No, we got it.
Oh
at
yeah, it was
Major
the
Ed's.
yeah. You get like 5 sandwiches or whatever. I'm not a fan of that either.
It was all right.
That's just like frozen things, just patties just coming out of the freezer. Just no, it's terrible.
Well, okay, you know what else didn't help? We got it, Derek, and then we went back to the hotel, and then went out to the bar across the street and didn't actually eat it until we got back to the hotel room.
Oh, you can't do that.
Because we were leaving, we were leaving the golf event, right? And we were all in a
Altered state of mind.
yes, we were all hungry. We were all hungry, and that was like right next to where we left when we were pulled out from the gala. We pull out and we're like, oh, let's stop there. We'll go there. We'll grab this real quick, and then we're like, oh, we get back to the hotel we're staying at, and these other guys who were there, who we were chatting with, met us at the front door of the hotel, and they were like, hey, you want to go to the bar that's like straight across like the hotel hotel parking lot from us? I'm like, yeah, okay. So we take our food, we put it upstairs, and we go to the bar for 3 hours. So maybe it's an unfair assessment of the food quality at that point.
Yeah, I feel like that deserves a second shot. If people say that it's good, you can't base it on that.
White Castle over Burger King. No,
White Castle is another bad one. I mean, if we're gonna stick to burger fast food restaurants, I mean, I've got Wendy's up there, Whataburger's up there. For some reason, I just had In-N-Out the other day. I'm kind of out on In-N-Out now.
Five Guys is better.
Five Guys,
bro. Everybody
is Five
talks
Guys
so
technically
hard.
a fast food joint? Because
Well,
it's
if you
more.
count-
It looks like
fast casual. It's kind of like Chipotle.
You could make the same argument about like Whataburger.
no, because Whataburger has a drive-through. I don't have a drive-through.
Not all of them, and not all In-N-Outs have a drive-through too.
Every In-N-Out I've ever seen has a drive-through, and every Whataburger I've been through has a drive-through.
I consider it to be fast. I consider
It's fast
Chipotle to
casual.
be fast food. Yeah, it's a
But
small
I'm not
step
trying
up.
to. I'm not trying to argue with Terps. I agree with him. I'm with him on Five Guys. I was just asking, is it considered
Yeah,
like the fast food type because it looks more like
so,
a
so
sit-down.
technically it's considered fast casual. The same thing that like Chipotle is considered. The same thing Subway is considered fast casual technically. And what's the like Fast and Furious? It would
Okay,
also
so like that, yeah, that would be
is
considered that.
It's a fast casual. Yeah.
No, I get it, and I do agree too. Swaggy Boots put this. Five Guys is good, but it's expensive. It is expensive.
Yeah, it's a lot for what you get.
And never order the large fries. Just order the medium, order the regular fries, and just ask them nicely to put an extra scoop in. They usually do it for free.
Yeah, I mean they usually take care of you.
Yeah,
The Shake Shack. Do you guys have? Where do you put that up there?
Shake Shack is more of a sit-down place than Five Guys because the burger takes 17 years to come out.
I mean, yeah, I could argue that with you. I'm with you on there. You're
Their
right.
their Shack burger with the mushroom thing is really good, but
Not a
also
big mushroom
really
guy.
expensive.
I'm not a big
Really
mushroom guy.
expensive.
Can I ask why it takes them so long to make a smash burger? Because cooking a smash burger should take 4 minutes.
Here's what I don't like about Shake Shack. Shake Shack, Smash Burger, all those types of places. They try too hard. They try too hard. They have like, and I think some fast food places are falling into this trap too. When you have things like Wendy's making like a chicken Asiago burger, like bitch, I want my Dave's double and my Baconator. I don't need
but
your.
I will say I do like the Windows Asiago chicken
I'm
sandwich.
not saying it's not good. I'm just saying like.
I kind of like your. I was thinking you were gonna say it as in the. And this I'm with you on is. I'm
They're
trying to think
big
of who did it.
bacon
No,
bourbon
it was
pretzel.
I was looking at that jalapeno popper chicken sandwich. That was fire.
yeah, that's really good too. No, I'm thinking of like somebody. I'm gonna just say Wendy's, but I don't think it's. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Burger King or McDonald's. Is like making tacos. Like they're trying to
Yeah.
compete with Taco Bell, and then like Taco Bell is trying to compete with whatever. Like that's the only thing I kind of hate is just
Taco
stick
Bell-
to your thing, and then yeah.
Taco
That
Bell
was Burger King
breakfast,
that did
by the
that.
way.
I remember you talking about this.
Taco Bell breakfast, terrible. Awful.
Yeah,
In the beginning, they tried to do too much. They were one of those tryhards, like with the whole waffle as a taco shell. No, nobody wants that. Now, I agree in the way that it falls short in many cases, but I don't think it's I wouldn't say it's terrible. However, it's not going to be my first choice. On
Well-
that same note, Wendy's breakfast is fucking top shelf.
Amazing. I just wish it did hash
Incredible.
browns. I just wish it did hash browns.
Yeah, I agree.
I want hash browns, not what do they call them? Morning fries.
Yeah, they're tots.
Yeah. They're not even tots. They're like
They're flat tots.
yeah. No, I want McDonald's hash browns. I've actually gone to McDonald's and just gotten hash browns and then gone to Wendy's for the breakfast because I hate their potatoes.
I can get with that. Wendy's also has pretty good coffee for a fast food.
Although you know,
I don't ever
so
drink any of the coffee from any of the fast food. I go get my Starbucks or I make my own.
Starbucks overrated.
expensive. Expensive.
It is. I'm not. I can't argue that. You guys are right.
You what was I gonna say? McDonald's breakfasts, pretty good.
I think they're the best out of all the fast food places.
Have you had Wendy's breakfast yet? Have you had their breakfast baconator?
Actually, yeah. Is it a burger?
No. Mm-mm.
What?
No.
It's a sausage patty.
It's a sausage patty and egg and bacon.
Okay,
But it's-
never mind.
but it's,
Okay,
like,
I
double
could go with that. Okay, I could
Yeah.
go with that.
And instead of being on like a little bun, it's on like their full size like baconator bun.
I'm like with me, that's my whole thing is like if I'm getting breakfast, I don't want the burger. Like I want.
Oh no, it's a
Yeah.
sausage patty.
That's where I was
Yep.
questioning. So yeah, I never had that.
I will send you a picture of it.
I haven't
you haven't
had I haven't had my brother's, or well, actually I screwed that whole up. But the Dutch Bros coffee, I haven't had that yet either. Is there one up in Ohio or up by you guys?
I feel like I've heard of that, but I don't think I have one. We have one around here.
I wonder if it's in Columbus.
Einstein is some good shit. I think
Einstein
some
Bagel
Einstein.
is that's
Yeah.
elite. That plays
Yep.
the jalapeno bagel. Ooh man, give me some cream cheese. Good to go.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys have all this out there, but I've seen it some places they don't do it the same way that they do it out here on the East Coast. But pork roll, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel. Oh, like
Now say that again. Pork what?
pork roll.
Pork roll?
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh, you would love pork roll. It's a breakfast meat.
Hmm.
Some people call it Taylor ham. Same shit. I don't want to hear arguments because people are going to argue with me. But Taylor ham is a version of pork roll, but it is an amazing breakfast meat that is like it's almost like breakfast. I don't know how to explain it. It's like almost like breakfast bologna, except
Ooh, okay.
it's really good. It's really really good.
Speaking my language.
But so what they do here out on the East Coast, New Jersey, New York specifically, is they take you have to get an everything bagel. That's the rule with this. It needs to be an everything bagel. They take that, they cut it in half, they lightly toast it, very lightly toasted. Then some dude named Jose, because it's always Jose, and he's the best cook you ever meet in your life, is going to crack 2 or 3 eggs on a griddle, and they're going to make you scrambled eggs on the griddle in front of you. That griddle's not been cleaned. It doesn't need to be cleaned. That's not the
Well,
fucking point.
It's
Okay.
hot.
Exactly. So they're doing all that. Next, they're gonna take 2 or 3 nice big slices of pork roll, like slices on a deli slicer. They cut 4 little notches in it so it doesn't curl up. They throw that on the griddle too. Get that all nice and hot, right? Then they take some cheese, whatever kind of cheese you want. They put that on the bagel. And then they put their pork roll on top. And they put the egg on top of that. They put it all in. They wrap it up in that nice little like wax paper. Hand it, and then wrap it in tin foil, and they hand it to you. Oh, it is so good and so filling, especially in the winter. And the pork roll and the egg are hot enough that the cheese melts, but the cheese doesn't get like too melty.
Yeah, it doesn't get drippy, but it gets
Yeah.
soft. And, yeah,
Mhm,
okay.
mhm.
I'm
And
on
then
it.
and then some people put ketchup on it. You can put hot sauce on it as a little bit on top of that. Oh, dude, let me tell you, it is so good. And I've seen other people try to do it, not in the tri-state area, but it's just not the same. Like it's just. Mm. See if I can find you a picture of that too, Dyer, so you get an idea.
Yeah, I'm interested. This all sounds like it's right in my wheelhouse.
You would, and here's the thing: they're New York bagels, so they're not like your little fucking Dunkin' bagels that's been run over by a truck 7 times. You know, these are the bagels that are like, you got to figure out if you can fit the whole thing in your mouth. That's what she said.
Yeah, New York bagel's different.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows. I don't think everybody's going to argue that.
I gotta find a good old picture. Oh, here we go. I'll send this to you, Dyer. You can take a look at this, and you're gonna look at this and just go, oh. But yeah, pork roll, great. You can get it anywhere, Dyer. You can get pork roll anywhere. They ship it everywhere. It's a New Jersey thing.
I got you. Okay.
See if I can get you what it actually is. It is just a smoked pork. That's all it is.
Let me look at this here. Ooh, okay. Yes. Now
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
looks good.
yeah. And you know what it is? You know what it is? And this will sound really weird, but some people understand this. It's an on the way to work breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
You eat that
Yep.
in the car, and you get to work, and you're
God,
like,
it looks like
I'm ready to start the day.
I could already
It's
tell you
not
by
going to be
looking at it.
messy.
No, well, see, to me, I feel like it would. The yolk is not. It's not runny, right?
So you can get it however you want it.
Because I would probably get it over easy, and that bitch is going everywhere.
Yeah, I personally ask for scrambled generally when I do it. I like scrambled. But you can get it because the best places to do it are like the food trucks, or like I said, like it's a gas station food, but not like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a mom and pop gas station that has like a deli there. It's like that kind of place.
Like a bodega kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You can get your egg however you want. But yeah, you can get it runny, you can get it over easy, you can get it scrambled, wherever you want. Slap that bitch right on there. Ooh.
But here's
But
how
yeah.
you make the runny egg not messy. Is what you do is you leave it in the foil. You give it a little smash. You don't squish it, but you give it a little pop so that you pop that yolk and let it run through the sandwich, and then let it slightly cool to coagulate a little bit so it's not drippy. It still hangs on, but it's all still warm.
Ooh, that sounds good. But yeah, no, people don't know about the pork roll, egg, and cheese, and then I've had a lot of people come out here and have it for the first time and just go, "I need this in my life," because it's like the perfect. It's the perfect amount of salt in like the food. You don't need to salt the egg because the pork roll has all the salt.
Yep.
You get all the flavor of the pork. You get all of that. Then you get the egg, and you get a good toasted bagel on top of that. Oh, so you get yourself a. What I would do when I would on the way to work, back when I was working with pools.
Pool
Stop
holes?
at the pools.
Oh, I thought you
Not
said
pool
pool
I thought you
holes.
said pools
No.
at first too.
Oh,
I'm wearing
damn.
red.
Okay, you got to work with
who
pool
do
holes.
you work? God, you got one up me like that? No.
How do we not know about this?
Wow.
There's a lot you don't know. What? No. Back when I was doing back when I was a pool boy. Back in the day, I would stop on my way to work and I'd stop at this little bodega place on the highway. The guy's name was Jose. Great dude. Pulled pork sandwich, everything. Pulled pork on everything bagel there. And whenever you bought a pulled pork, wow, my brain's going bad today. Whenever you bought a sandwich there, a pork roll sandwich or pulled pork sandwich or like a bacon sandwich, whatever it was, you got a free cup of coffee. And
Hell
it wasn't a big cup of coffee, and it wasn't great coffee. It was, the coffee that you get, from the coffee sitting on the side. You know what I'm talking? It's like a hotel coffee sitting on the side in like the black and the red kettle. You just pour the one you want, and you go out the door.
You know what it was though? It was free coffee.
Yeah, and it was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So there we go. What are your guys' stances on fast food places and airports? Do you do it? Do you chance it? Do you not get it?
Fast food in the airport? Well, you know what? There's
McDonald's in the airport.
There's Chick-fil-A. There's McDonald's. DFW's got it all, bro.
They do have good choices.
I mean, fuck, there's a Panda Express in there.
I wouldn't do Panda. I don't know if I could do Panda and sit on a plane.
I would be, see, that's the thing. You fly with me, I don't give a shit. I'm farting everything. I don't care. Like, I'm not afraid to do that stuff. If I got to shit, I'm shitting on the plane. I get it. People are like, oh, I'm never going to poop on. I don't care. If I got to go, I got to go. I'm going to clean the toilet before I sit on it. That's the first thing. Second, if I fart on the plane, you don't even know where it came from. You just smell it. And then you're like, oh my God, that's awful. Was that you? Like, you just start asking questions about the people around you. So yeah, I don't care. Airport, fair game. I'm letting everything fly.
But so you're gonna get fast
I will
food,
get it. Yep, I don't care.
You're not
I don't
not
care
gonna
if
go
it
to.
gives me mud butt after I eat it. I'm going to eat it.
Have any of you guys ever actually gone to like the Ruby Tuesdays in the airport, like TGI Fridays, that
Yeah,
kind of
very
thing?
disappointing.
Yeah, it's
It's like they forgot how to
overpriced and not-
cook.
yeah. And you're sitting there, and it's like you're on display for everyone waiting at the gate. Because DFW has that one has one I forget which restaurant it is, but it's at the back of the terminal where all the United flights go out of. And there's like just two or three gates back there, and they have the chairs back there in literally like an open cage in like a semicircle, and the gate seating area is like around it. And there's just rows of people sitting there waiting on their flight, just looking right at you as you're just like, I'm gonna cut my piece of chicken. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna make eye contact with you as I do it.
Slow. Draw the fork to your mouth and just eye contact the
And
whole
just
time.
slow chew. Yeah. The slow, and you gotta exaggerate. Oh, oh yeah. Just cut another piece and just look right at you as I do it.
Exaggerate as you take the drink. Exaggerated slurp.
Lift
Oh,
your
you gotta-
leg and stare at him and fart at the same time. And then just smile and put your leg back down.
Give him a little wink.
I could do, if I had like somebody like Dyer sitting beside me and then he sees me looking at somebody and then I start farting, he would just start dying laughing, and that just makes everybody laugh in the airport. And I wouldn't have to worry about like, yep, I farted and I made everybody laugh.
Is there anything you tend to avoid in airport food? Like for me, like I won't do Mexican in the airport just because sometimes it makes my stomach.
I mean, I usually try not to eat. I'll be honest. I'll try not to eat. If anything, I'll usually get a coffee to get on the plane and
I'll do a coffee.
keep me awake and all that stuff. Because I do like sleeping, but then it's like I just don't feel like I get enough sleep out of it because I can't sleep on my back. So when I'm sitting up against the chair and I'm leaned back or whatever, like I have to have something for my head, I guess.
I do the 7-Eleven, the convenience store run before the airport generally. And I'll just buy a snack I want there for like a third of the price it would be at the airport.
That's
Just
true
put in
too.
my backpack. Yeah, I'll just bring
Yeah,
like a bag of chips or like a thing of Pringles or something. And then if I need to buy a drink, I'll just buy a drink at the airport and do it that way. The only time I'll ever eat in an airport is either A, I'm in a lounge and I feel like being bougie, or B, I got a layover. Then I'll try to find something to eat at the airport. But that's like the only times.
The only times I don't fly that much, but when I do, I'm always either A, hungover,
That's the
B-
worst.
Yeah.
B, extremely tired because my flight is early or I've had a late night with like a work trip or something like that, or C, both tired and hungover. So it's like I always end up having to eat something. I always get a cup of coffee. And I always end up buying and regretting some kind of a pre-packaged like sandwich that costs $12. I know. But I never have time to go to like one of the restaurants there. But I feel like if I don't put something in my stomach, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
So I have to get something, and I get this fucking sandwich that sucks, and it costs $15.
And it's always just been sitting there forever.
Yep, it's like
And-
yesterday's date written in that like wax crayon on the packaging.
But if you
But
look
it's
real
not
close, there's a sticker underneath it.
Exactly. And the lettuce is just soggy as all hell.
Oh,
The
it's like
tomato
starting
is
to brown.
yeah, the tomato's mealy and like gritty.
Yeah, no.
The meat's starting to turn. The bread is the bread's the only thing that's not soggy because it's stale.
See, there's a time and place when that's appetizing. Like when I've gone like back when I used to backpack all the time, and like you bring a sandwich or whatever, and it would be sitting in your backpack, and all that, and you pull that out after a long hike. Yeah, it was great then, because I was starving.
Exactly. It's part of the experience.
We used to make when we were backpacking. When I was backpacking a lot, we used to make something we call cat food, and you would bring. So what it was really simple to make. You would bring prepackaged tuna, like the Sunkist or the store bought, like the flat,
Like in the pouch.
Yeah, in the pouch. Wouldn't bring cans, but you bring the pouch.
Mhm.
Bring a few packs of that, and you would bring a few packs of the same kind of pouch, but it would be some kind of pasta with like a sauce, like the totally freeze dried everything like that, and you would literally just mix it all in one pot, get your water poured in there, mix it all together, heat it up, and it looked like cat food. It smelled like cat food. That shit tasted amazing. Eat that all the time. Eat that all the time. All the time.
One of those things that looks horrendous, may not smell that great, but it tastes fantastic.
I wouldn't eat it here. I wouldn't eat it at home.
Yeah, but it's camping food.
But when I've hiked 15 miles and it's rainy, yeah, give me that. Give me that. But everything tastes better in that situation.
Hell yeah.
Everything tastes better then. I legit won't eat places if I don't think the portions represent the price. You would hate fine dining, my friend.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
There is nothing. Okay, so I understand there's a stink bug right next to me, and I'm very tempted to swat it. I understand tasting menus. I get the concept of tasting menus. I do. But I have never once actually enjoyed like a 7 or 8 course tasting menu and felt like I got my money's worth out of it.
I see. That's where I disagree, and that's I think it's a personal preference thing, because I'm the kind of person that I look at a menu and I want to try it all, and so you get a little bit of everything with that tasting menu. Yeah, you pay a lot for it, but on the other hand, if you were to look at a menu and order 6 or 7 different things, you'd pay a hell of a lot more in most cases. In every case.
But half the time, how much are you even tasting it when you get one shrimp on like seafoam?
You cut that shrimp up. You savor it.
Mm.
I'm serious. Cut that shrimp into 3
$400. I'm gonna
slices.
savor it.
Hell yeah.
Or when they say you're waiting for the last course and or the meat course because they're having Wagyu or whatever, and they bring you out the one little postage stamp piece of Wagyu on the plate, right? And they do the saucer on the outside with the 3 dots. They put a sprig of parsley, right? On those 3 dots on that plate, and they present it to you, sir. Your steak course. Now I'm like, for what? A hamster?
Well, see, that's where I agree. Is if you see Wagyu on a tasting menu, do not buy the tasting menu, because you're not going to get anywhere near. Like, you're going to have to go and go to Whataburger afterwards, because you're still going to need to eat.
Yeah. Or when they do the ice cream, one of my favorite things tasting menu is the ice cream, because I feel like you actually get the most when it comes to ice cream, and it's the 3 perfectly scooped like pearls of ice cream. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen those? And there's 3 on the plate, and it's just 1, 2, 3.
Trio of ice creams. It's always
Trio
called
of ice creams. Derek, I feel like you're not a tasting menu kind of guy.
I mean, I tried a lot of different things out. I can say, for example, Firehouse. I've eaten almost everything that they have.
Well, no, I mean like a fine dining tasting menu. You ever done that?
Like chef's tasting menu, you go.
I want to know what I'm getting.
7 courses. Well, it tells you in most cases what you're going to get.
Well, hold on, wait. Does it tell you and comprehend are 2 different things?
Well, exactly.
Mister.
It tells you what it is. It doesn't tell you how much of this item you're going to get.
Well, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, I would do it. I've definitely done it in the past. I had no issues with it. I like getting, I don't know. I think I enjoy picking out the things that I want or I'm going to try. Like, my whole objective now is to go somewhere and try new things. Don't always get exactly what you always get. Like,
That's where the tasting menu's great.
I thank you, Captain Obvious, but I also like looking at things myself and going, well, fuck, I want to try this one. So I'm going to get this. And who gives a fuck what the damn chef said or picked out or whatever? I'm doing my own. This is Derek tasting.
Well,
That's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's also something to be said for seeing the menu, and it is what it is. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to try and choose this, that, or the other. This is what I am paying for. I'm okay with that. I haven't maybe tried it all. Maybe this is something I wouldn't ever order on my own.
here's the problem with
That's
tasting.
what I want.
You just keep doing that. I'm going to
Here's-
do Derek way.
That's fine. That's cool.
No,
Here's
dude,
the
I
problem.
like that though.
Here's the problem with tasting menus for me, and I get it. So I just pulled one out from La Bernardine in New York, which is a really good fine dining place, by the way.
It's
Um,
Anthony Bourdain, right?
Yes.
Well, rest in
was
peace.
yeah.
Yeah.
But $225 a person for this, or if you want the wine, it's $370 a person for this. I'm just gonna read off the courses, and I want to see if you guys know what it means, because I went to culinary school. I get some of it. I got most of it, not all of it. So the first course is a caviar tartare, hamachi austera caviar tartare, sea lettuce, and a dashi galet. Derek
I
already looks
know.
lost.
I know.
No, I was
in
looking at-
principle what
No,
most
I-
of that is.
I'm looking at the Rangers thing right now. Sorry, I got to pay attention to that too.
So the next course is langoustine, which is a seared langoustine, morels, a foie gras crouton, balsamic truffle vinaigrette.
I don't want anything truffle. If it says truffle, I'm out.
Oh, but I fucking love truffle.
Truffle is the worst. It makes me just feel like I just got done eating poop. My breath is terrible. I don't want something that's going to destroy my breath like that.
I believe the
Same thing with blue cheese
flavor that you're describing is earthy.
Yes.
or gross.
Or gross. The next course is crab. It's a piquito crab cake served with black rice, mango papaya salad, Van du Van sweet curry sauce. Then you get
Nope.
the black. You understood that one, Dyer?
I know what curry is. I know
Then you-
what
I'm
rice
out on
is.
curry too.
I know what crab is. So the base of this dish I would enjoy.
So then then the next course is black bass, which is steamed black bass, baby shrimp, calamari, and lemongrass infused bouillon.
That sounds fucking incredible.
That does sound good. I understand everything on that plate. I get that one. Next one is Dover sole, which is sauteed Dover sole, almonds, chanterelles, peas, and a soy lime emulsion.
That all sounds very good. Especially that soy lime. That's a nice little.
I feel like we'd lose Derek at the chanterelles part.
Yeah, he's not a mushroom guy. it
He's
doesn't
not a
sound
mushroom guy. No.
Mm-mm.
Then there's lobster, glazed Maine lobster, leek cannelloni,
That's
and a-
pasta.
and a red wine rosemary sauce.
That sounds
then-
good. So I'm
then-
on board with this menu so far.
I don't understand this one. Cucumber, whole course.
It just says cucumber.
Persian cucumber line, granate, kiwi, and yogurt sorbet.
So that's like a palate
Palate
cleanser.
cleanser.
It sounds like, yeah.
The dessert is a corn hibiscus. It's a hibiscus meringue, corn pudding, and charred milk ice cream.
That sounds very interesting. I'm
It's-
sure it's delicious. It's
like-
very different though.
I
And
just,
that's the kind of thing that I think would be off-putting for a lot of people when they eat that, because you see ice cream and you're used to what ice cream
and it comes
is.
out black.
Right. And then people are like, "Oh, this is not what I expected."
The funny thing for me with tasting menus, every time I've done them, excuse me, is the plates never match the portion size.
It's always giant.
You will get a giant bowl
Yep.
for a spoonful of soup,
Exactly.
and you see and you see the plates come, and you go, "Oh, this is gonna be a good course. All right, there's gonna be a lot of food now." And they put down the first plate on top. The first plate down, that's the spill plate. That's the presentation plate, right? And you're like, all right. Then they put the soup plate down on top of that, and you go, okay. And then comes the big bowl, and you're like, all right, we're getting some soup. And you look at it, and you're like, That's a mouse portion. Why is this $60?
It's served on like an oversized spoon where it's basically like 2 bites of soup.
Well, my other favorite is the fast not the fast food, the formal dining, dining salads that says it's like a Caesar salad that comes with croutons. And what crouton is like one flake of like French bread they put on the side. That's your crouton.
Right.
And you're like,
Oh.
could I get like 15 more of those?
Like I wanted the bag of croutons that's, you know,
A crouton.
yeah, stale bread that's
Yeah.
seasoned and baked,
Yeah.
or
exactly.
yesterday's bread, I should say.
How do you char milk? I don't know. It's probably like charcoal infused. That's the thing. People like charcoal infused things. But you know, do you know that there's a restaurant in LA that has a water sommelier?
Water, okay,
A water sommelier.
it's interesting.
Yeah. What kind of drugs are we on up there?
They're like, listen, I get different water tastes different, but like, I don't need a water pairing course.
No,
No,
I'm not here for the water.
No. Sir, what's your job? What do you do? I work in fine dining. Oh, excuse me. Same. I'm front of house manager. What do you do? I'm the water sommelier. What?
Get out.
Yeah, that's a perfect answer.
Just leave. Bring the real sommelier. Let me get the real wine.
Fuck out of here.
I don't need the rest of this. I don't need the rest of this.
I want to
Well-
bring a water sommelier to taste city water in Columbus, from Columbus, Ohio.
I'm getting notes
Okay.
of arsenic.
Yes, I get some fertilizer here with at the end we really get some pool water chlorine flavor. It's a,
Well, no,
it's a
no,
nice-
no, Dyer. You need to spice it up. I'm getting some earthy notes with a slight metallic finish, and it leaves a film on the tongue that can be quite pleasant.
that describes the city water in Columbus so well.
That's how they describe everything, though. It's like, have you guys actually listened to the people who like really into like IPAs,
Yeah.
and they hand you a beer, and the beer is good, but they're saying, oh, you can really taste like the hops on the front end, and I'm like, tastes like beer.
About to hop over the fridge, get another one. I know that.
They're like, it has a chocolatey finish. Where? I'm sitting here waiting for my Reese's finish, and it's not coming. It's not coming.
That must be some real subtle shit. My tongue must be dead from that cigar I smoked earlier.
Or when they say it's floral, and I'm like, how can I be earthy, chocolatey, and floral?
Right.
I feel like those are conflicting.
No, Terps. It's floral on the nose.
Oh, you're right. It's floral on the nose. Yes. Why am I paying $15 for this beer?
You'd pay to smell it.
Like, Derek, you're a wine guy. You like your wine.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how much do you understand wine? Like, if someone tells
Yeah.
you,
For
Like, do
the
you-
most part, yeah.
but have you ever just tried a wine where someone's really excited about it and you're like, I don't taste any of that?
Yeah, I've had that before. I mean, all I care about, like, just give me something dry. That's all I want. I love dry wines. And
You want?
like if they start telling me all the other stuff, I don't really pay attention to. I'm just like, this is good. I'm good here. It's dry. This is all I care about. Yeah, I could
So
probably
you-
taste some of those other flavors that you describe or whatever, but I'm really just focused on the dryness.
So you prefer powdered wines then?
No.
I thought you said you like dry wine.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I got you. Listen. I had to. I got it right away, and I was like, "Oh, Dyer,
Mm.
Dyer." Oh my God. Well, we might as well finish up with some actual baseball talk. Rangers not having a good day right now. They've had a great start of the season though, so they're due for a clunker. happens. Baseball down 10-1 right now. You'll be shocked to know the Rays have won yet again.
Yeah, I do want to put this out there too, because I know this gets brought up. Is people will say, "Well, they haven't played anybody." I don't give a fuck. They're playing professional athletes.
It's also early season. Everyone's out. Like everyone's out in like a pretty even playing field.
Yeah,
early season.
I don't want to hear the excuse of, "Oh, they've got it easy. There's nobody tough in front of them." No, I'm sorry. Every team is good at the start of the season, and on top of that, they're major leaguers. These are professional baseball players. Everybody out there is the best of the best. They're just not. Some guys just don't start off as hot. Thank you, Men in Black.
You're welcome.
Some people just don't start off as hot.
You get to like
so,
September, August, and you go on a losing streak to like the worst teams in baseball. Yeah, there's a little bit of concern there. But in the first, what are we, 12 games deep?
Yeah.
It like people are gonna. It's hard to see who a player is this early on, especially if you got like if you took that logic and you applied it to someone like DeGrom, he would have been sent down already. Like if you just look at the logic of just like, well, they just sucked in the first few games. His first game, he's done. Like that's not how that works. So it's now the Rays might go undefeated. The Rays might not lose ever again. They're too good this year. They're gonna win it all. I think Stang said that first. I have to give him credit for that. Other cool news that dropped today: Harper informed the Phillies that he will be learning how to play first base. The Phillies are on board with that, and that while it will not speed up his timeline to return to DH, may speed up his timeline to start fielding again, and would leave the Phillies because the Phillies now have a hole at first base. If Harper can slide in there, they don't have to kind of rearrange the whole team when he comes back, and he'd be able to come back faster. So that was also kind of cool. Salvador Perez playing first base as well today.
Well, he started at catcher,
but he's not playing first base too.
Yeah, played the last 2 innings. He played first base a little bit last year too.
Yep. So that's cool though. Is if Harper's going to actually dedicate time to learn first base, learn how to play first base.
Team guy, buddy.
Not also team guy, but boosts his value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
play outfield, DH.
His value's already up.
Listen, it's gonna cut into the overrated, you know. Derek, if he was, never mind.
He's not gonna be overrated.
Yeah, well, listen, how could he be overrated when he was on Geico's commercials hitting a home run off you for fucking a year and a half? And Gatorade and Google.
I don't think it was on Geico. It was just Gatorade.
No, it was Gatorade and
Under
Google.
Armour.
And Google.
I don't remember seeing it on Google. I know it was on
100%.
Under Armour.
100% Google ad too.
Well, I didn't get any of that.
Well,
either.
Under Armour makes sense.
What?
Hey Google, stop.
Oh, that was your.
Yeah.
Who's in the background?
I mean, we could just everyone who's listening right now or in the car, we can just be like, "Hey Siri," and then just Hey
My
Siri,
watch does that.
what year did Derek Holland start in Major League? And now you guys can all just, now everyone knows. Listening in the car, let us know how it went. But yeah, that'll be cool to see. Anything that's surprising you guys this season so far, positively or negatively? Eric or Dyer?
What? Sorry, I got distracted heavily.
You distracted? No.
Oh.
Ooh. No, is there anything that surprised you this season so far, positively or negatively, and anything that you've seen or watched?
No,
from certain
it's
guys.
It's too early. I mean, DeGrom's first outing, yeah. I mean, no big deal, but no, I'm pleased with everything. Trying to cover more of the Rangers and watching them. I'm pretty pleased with how they've started. I mean, yeah, granted, you want to get a sweep against the Royals, but it is what it is. 2 out of 3 is good. You won the series. So,
Luis Arias had the first cycle in Marlins history. That guy, people are gonna know his name by the end of the year. All he does is hit.
I can't believe Minnesota got rid of him. That was stupid.
The amount of people who don't know who he is too is insane.
Yeah, he's very underrated,
Well, you know what it is? He's not a home run hitter.
and that's fine.
He's gonna hit 4 or 5 home runs a season. That single, and double known to man.
That's a great player.
Well, what he's good at is he just puts the bat out.
Mhm.
He just puts the bat in his zone and he gets the hit. That's it. It's simple. And he's going to bat over 300 again. And he's going to be overlooked again because he's on the Marlins. And people are going, he's going to go up against a big team. And he'd be, who the fuck is this guy going 4 for 4? They're going to look up his stats and go, why have I never heard of this guy before? He's done this every single year for the past 4.5 years. But yeah, he's going to be ridiculous. The Marlins, low key, building quite a decent squad over there.
Mm-hmm.
Low key, not a lot of people know because it's the Marlins. Laugh at the Marlins; it's funny. They're very quietly building a decent team over there. The only question is, will they be able to and want to keep those pieces they've been building, or will they do what they did in the past and start shipping people off the minute they get too expensive? Who knows? Orioles are doing Oriole things. They're going to be good this year. Going to be really good this year.
They stink.
Thoughts on Seattle? They're going to do it this year?
They'll be in the playoffs.
Definitely going to be in the playoffs.
I can't predict anything yet until I see them. I got to see them play a little bit more.
I think the Astros probably still end up winning that division. But that's a tough division now.
Seattle got built. They got bit by Cleveland a couple of times. Seattle's going to be all right. Seattle's going to be a good team, especially if Kelenic keeps
Finally hitting.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yep.
Cubbies extending Mr. Happ today. $61 million for 3 more years. So that's good. They got him off the table because he would have been an expensive player for somebody. Had he not chosen to stay there. Mets are doing Mets things. I'm kind of happy where they're at. It's early in the season. Been really happy to see our bullpen step up with the loss of Edwin Diaz. Really, really happy to see the bullpen step up. Ottavino has stepped right back into his role as a primetime closer, which is good to see. And then on top of that, you also have Robertson, who's experienced as a closer. The Mets are going to be okay. And Edwin Diaz did say today, now we don't know if this is just a player talking or not, being positive, but there are talks that he may be available to pitch September, October. Whether he does or not, who knows? But if he can pitch in October for the Mets or September for the Mets, that would be huge. We get Edwin Diaz back by then. But the only other question I had for you, Derek, was because obviously you guys talked a little bit about the Rangers. You talk about the Rangers a lot now. You've been back to a few games. How you liking the atmosphere early? Are people excited? Was there buzz for the DeGrom game? Are people still kind of learning about DeGrom? By learning, I mean going to games to see him yet. Well, yeah. What have you seen?
Yeah, they definitely are. There's a lot of hype, a lot of love for DeGrom. Granted, yesterday though, it would have been cool to see a little bit more of a packed house, but it does help when you're playing against a different team. Nothing against the Royals. It's not a big market. They're not gonna get a lot of love. But yeah, there's a lot of Ranger love here in the Metroplex. It's been awesome to see. The atmospheres have been good. The intense fans and everything there. I mean, it's been great. This is what Arlington's been waiting for, and Chris Young has done an outstanding job of getting the fans what they deserve. And now you got some great coaches with Bochy and Maddox, and you got a strong team. So it's pretty exciting here in Arlington. I can promise that.
And Dyer, how about your team? What's your outlook?
Look, I think Cleveland is looking pretty good so far. I'm pleasantly, I wouldn't say surprised. I was expecting a little bit of a sophomore slump, if you want to call it that. And 7-6, they're not lighting the world on fire. But, you drop 2 games to the Yankees. Okay. 2 of those games were 1-run games. The one they won, the one they lost today. They got blown out yesterday. Whatever. I'm not sold on Gaddis. I don't think that he's going to be a long-term starter. He's got some stuff to figure out. But outside of that, they played Seattle pretty well. Every game except for the game yesterday so far this year has been decided by 2 runs or less. So they're a scrappy team. They're an exciting team. The way they came back on Easter Sunday and hung around and won that game was, something that you'd love to see out of a young team. So I'm excited. I'm optimistic. Things ease up a little bit. They got Washington, Detroit, Miami, Colorado coming up here. So I'm hoping for a nice road trip. And I think Cleveland's looking good.
Yeah, I mean Cleveland was good, has been good. They're a small market team managing to do it to be good, and we'll see where they go this year. Mets doing well, a little up and down so far, but won the big series against the Padres, which is good to see. Snell looks like he's struggling a little bit this year. Both Snell and Yu Darvish seem like they're struggling a little bit this year, but it's early in the season, so who knows?
For San Diego.
Corey Seager is still out selling DeGrom and Rangers jersey sales. I think that's going to change eventually. With DeGrom, it's a time thing. It's a time thing, and then it's getting to the game. People buying the jerseys, going to the game, seeing him pitch, and once DeGrom kind of fully settles in, and he starts throwing up those 1-hitters and those 2-hitters, and it's just electric, and people really start to see it. Yeah, that's when the hype will come, because when DeGrom's humming and you get to see it in person, it's different. It's different to see him pitch in person. A whole different animal. Derek got to see it firsthand. When
pretty
DeGrom,
good.
yeah, he's all right.
I hope Texas starts blowing it up, man. I really do. And anybody that's listened to this podcast or that knows me knows that I love to troll and fuck with people and talk shit. Usually all in good fun. I truly will feel bad for Padres fans if they have done what they have done over the last few years and spending the money and getting the people that they've got. And if they don't, win a championship or even get close, I will feel so bad for that team and that fan base, because holy cow.
They're booing. They're booing already.
This is not good.
Did you guys see that? Padres fans are booing the Padres already.
This is like worst case scenario. If we would have talked 2-3 years ago when they started making these moves,
they've turned into the Yankee fans.
I remember on one
Overnight.
of our Derpcasts, the year when this all started and they missed the playoffs, we said the worst case scenario here is a possibility down the road, and now we're starting to see it.
Well,
This is very bad.
when they got Soto, what did we all say? They have to appear in a World Series within 5 years.
I'd say probably sooner than that.
You think it's within the next 3 years they have to appear in a World Series to make that signing make sense?
Yeah, because
The amount of money they're pouring into that team.
what about like Darvish? I mean, he's going to be older at that point. Snell isn't looking that great. I mean, they've got some
Snell's
guys.
struggling.
Snell, and I hate saying this because I love this dude. He's an awesome guy, but Snell hasn't looked the same since the World Series.
No, I
Yeah.
think that fucked with his psyche a little bit, man. Getting pulled out of that game, and everybody on the planet, except for the guy that pulled him out of the game, knew that he should have stayed in. And we can always say that this would have happened if, but they got a damn good shot at winning that series if they don't pull him out of the game right there. And that's a hard thing to come back from as an athlete, to be that fucking close and to be the guy that could do it, and something completely out of your control happens. That's a hard thing to come back from mentally.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. He's not been the same since then. And
that's not a slight on Ian Snell either.
well, and then Tatis isn't even back yet.
Right?
So what happens if Tatis comes back and he's not what Tatis is?
Because he's not on the
Yep.
Mexican supplements anymore.
Yeah. So if they don't win in the next 2 years, I think it's going to be Armageddon over there.
Yeah.
You can't build a superstar roster like that and not compete.
'Cause you can't blow that up either. Who's taking those contracts?
Someone will take Soto.
Someone will take Soto.
Someone will take Soto, so you don't got to worry about Soto. If they need to move Soto, they'll move Soto. Like there are so many teams in a heartbeat that will take Soto.
You got a lot of other big contracts on that roster, though.
Yeah,
And
they just went up and
Machado.
locked up Machado too, on a big long-term deal.
I don't know about that one. I like Manny Machado. I don't like that deal.
Everyone thought that he was going to go free agent. No one thought he was going to get extended. So
That's
yeah,
this is
and
a
Darvish.
eyebrows up. We'll see how it goes kind of situation with the Padres right now. But they're at DEFCON 4.
Let's see. Manny Machado is an 11-year contract.
Oh, that's not good.
Through 2034, getting paid $31 a year. He's 30. Tatis, 14-year contract through 2035. Xander
11
Bogart. Oh, we got about Bogarts. He's 30, 11 years at about 26 a year through
Sorry,
2034.
Can I butt in real quick? When did
Yep.
these contracts start?
Well, I don't have the start date for all of them. These are all the end dates. So the end date for each one. So Manny Machado is through 2034. That's when that
Okay.
contract's up. Tatis is through 2035. That's when that contract's up. Bogarts is through 2034. Yu Darvish is through 2029. That's at 18 a year. Musgrove's through 2028. That's at 20 a year. Cronenworth is through 2031. That's at 11 a year. Snell is through next year.
Bro, everything you're telling me says 3 years. All these contracts tell me 3 years. With these ages and these contracts, it's got to be in the next 3 years. Because they're eating a shit ton of money on the back end of these contracts when these guys are 40 years old.
Yeah, they have 10 years left on Machado. They have,
And he's 30!
yeah, they have. Well, actually, no, they have more than that. 2034. They have 11 years left on Machado. They have 12 years left on Tatis. They have 11 years left on Xander Bogaerts, who's also 30. They have 6 years left on Darvish. They have 5 years left on Joe Musgrove. They have 8 years left on Cronenworth.
Listen, I get it. That's what they did. They pushed the chips in the middle and said, lock these guys up. Do whatever you have to do. Open the wallet. Stretch out the calendar. Everything you got to do to lock all these guys up in the middle of their prime. Right now, we're winning in the next 3 years. We know we're going to eat shit on the back end of all of these deals. But if we win a couple rings, it's worth it. If you win a couple rings. If you don't win any rings, then you look like a fucking asshole. And you've set your team back a decade. A decade! That's fucking real.
And on top of it, they only got Soto on a 1-year deal.
And if it's not if it's not smelling
$23 million.
If it's not smelling good after that 1 year, you think he's coming back?
Can they afford to bring him back?
Probably not.
Because
You think he's going to come back on 23 million?
Derek, what would you're a GM? You know what Juan Soto is.
Mm-hmm.
The playing table's probably because Soto is what? Soto's young.
I think he's 25, 24.
24. He's 24. Soto's 24. So you're looking probably a 10-year deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shohei's gonna go. Shohei's probably going to command 550, maybe 6. As a GM, what are you offering Soto?
Well, he hasn't really done too much, so I'm going to give him about 315.
Over 10?
Yeah.
So 31 30-ish.
To me,
a
he
year.
has not shown that he's better than Trout.
But why is he buying that? That's the bigger question. You can offer him whatever you want. Why is he buying that? Why is he buying that with San Diego? When he looks at the guys where they are now, the ages they are now, and what they've been able to do with those guys till this point, why is he sticking around? He's going to get that anywhere else and probably more.
Because he's still going to be there and he can be that guy. He also likes that atmosphere. Look where you're at, the location, everything. Like, it's a perfect setup. Now, granted, yeah, he's going to get he might sign for 315, but he's only going to get about 150 of it.
Only, but no, but still.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But on top of that too, it's can the Padres afford another $300 million contract? You have Machado at 350, Tatis at 340.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know their owner, so I don't know.
Oh, I don't either. I'm just.
Well, it makes more sense to pay him than it does frickin' Machado.
Machado?
They've
Machado.
already paid Machado.
But that's my point because you're paying that contract till the guy's 40. At least if you can lock him up for 10 years, you're paying it. At least you're getting his entire prime with it.
Yeah.
Assuming he sticks around and doesn't,
Well, and then
piss
also
off.
you Darvish is 36. You have him through 2029, and he's owed $18 million a year. Is anyone who are you gonna trade that to?
Yeah, nobody's taking that.
Um,
Especially when he starts to decline further.
you're gonna just eat Snell for the next 2 years. For the next year, he's a free agent 2024. So you might try to trade him, but what are you gonna do with Cronenworth? What do you like?
These are hindsight contracts. They're hindsight contracts. They're
Xander.
contracts that 5 years from now you're going to look back and say, well, it was worth it because we did it. Or you're going to say, worst fucking decision ever. Like, biggest abortion of a front office sequence that's ever happened in Major League Baseball if they don't win a championship.
What gets
Can't we say that? Can we not say that? If this team doesn't win a championship, is this not the biggest blunder a front office has ever made in the history of Major League Baseball?
Well, what's crazy is
making these contracts.
They're not going after pitching. Derek, do the Padres have one elite pitcher on that roster? Like I'm talking like Game
they
7 of
do.
the World.
Yeah. I
Who?
mean, I'm sorry. Like, I it's going to be hard for me to disagree, but Darvish can be that guy. Hader can be that guy.
Well, Hader's a. I'm talking let me clarify. Starting pitcher.
Musgrove can be that guy.
Musgrove could be, yes.
Darvish
Musgrove.
definitely can be that guy.
Can we say, okay, today or I don't think Darvish is that guy today.
I do. I think he would. Get him in that moment. I've been around him, so it's hard for me to go against him. That's my whole thing.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Darvish.
No, I know
Yu
you're not.
Darvish is a fantastic pitcher, high level pitcher, top level pitcher. Is he the guy that cards on the table? If you didn't have another choice, he's the guy you want in their Game 7.
Yep, I'm taking him.
Okay.
I think he's definitely, he's that guy.
I'm comfortable with him Game 5.
I'm comfortable with him for.
And
Game
that's
7.
a lot too. That's fine. Somebody's got to pitch Game 5.
Right. No. That's why I said it's not. There's no wrong answer really in this situation.
What about? But this is where I get a little injured. Like, do they have the same kind of? I don't know, because you could say it's tough if you compare them to the Dodgers and their pitching. You compare them to the Mets, to the Yankees and their pitching, who've gone out and spent money to get pitching and build that. It seems like these guys, the Padres, are putting almost all their chips in position players. Especially if they go out and they try to extend Juan Soto. Then you're talking about if you have Juan Soto, Machado, Tatis, and Bogarts all locked up for 10 years at over $1 billion, almost $1.3 billion locked up between the four of them. And your top guy through 2029 is Yu Darvish. That just seems a little unbalanced.
I mean, I get it, but I'll tell you right now,
I'm not saying that like you couldn't.
they're going to try to sign both Soto and Ohtani.
And that's 42-year-old Yu Darvish at 2029, by the way.
Right. He'll be traded by then.
Who's going to take him for $18 million a year?
Somebody's going to.
The Padres are picking up most of that contract.
Yeah, they're
going
going
to trade him.
Yeah, they're going to pick up some of that.
Half of it, at minimum.
You think?
Yep.
I just don't like with what they're spending. Like if you look at the Rangers have committed a ton of money, but when you look at like the Rangers and you're looking at what they've committed, Corey Seager's getting 325 over 10, 32 a year. DeGrom's getting 185 at 5. So you have Seager through 32. You have DeGrom through 29. Marcus Semien is getting 25 through 29. John Gray's getting 14 through 26. Evaldi is getting 17 for 2 years. Like the Rangers gone out and spent money, and it almost feels like they have more money left to spend and are getting similar results so far this year.
Shorter deals, younger players in general.
I mean, yeah, Corey Seager, who's 28,
right?
But whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He's a 10-year guy, but he's younger. He's 2 years younger than Machado.
But you're also paying Corey Seager for who he is now. You're giving him the 10-year deal because of who he is now. You don't give Corey Seager the 10-year deal knowing he's going to be this good at age 38.
Right.
You give it to him because of
100% true.
But
it's less of a blunder because he is a little bit younger. And what was his number again? Total?
10 years, he's making what, like 32.5, I think. 32.5 through 2032.
How old is Semien?
Simeon's 32, but he's only 7-year deal.
Yeah, I mean, still not as good of a contract, but
he's making 25 a year.
Right. Yeah, I feel like at least the Ranger deals make more sense.
And even like the Mets, who are spending up to wazoo right now. You got Lindor locked up for a 10-year deal through 2032. That's a 34. You locked up Brandon Nimmo for 20 mil a year, which is probably underpaying him, but he's also 30 already. So you're gonna have him through his prime. Scherzer's on a 3-year deal. Diaz, they locked up on a 5-year deal. Verlander's only a 2-year deal. Starling Marte might be the steal of the century so far if he keeps playing the way he's playing. 4 years at under 20 million a year for the Mets. Kodai Senga is at 15 million a year. So Jeff McNeil's getting 12.5 a year for the next 4 years. So they have money to spend too. And then they still got guys like Pete Alonso, who's going to end up being paid next year. Eduardo Escobar is in the second hand of his deal. So it's like they're spending money, but it just seems like it's not. The Padres are spending money so top heavy, whereas these other teams are either spreading it out over short-term contracts or spreading it out over the rest of it.
Well, the other thing I think that's worth mentioning too is how many of these guys, because most of these deals happened after the Padres deals happened. The Padres kind of set the market when they overpaid for these guys. Did they not? I mean, you talk about to relate it to a different sport when the Cleveland Browns overpaid for Deshaun Watson because the Cleveland Browns have to overpay to get a player of that caliber to come to their team. Well, now the landscape is completely changed because that is the highest paid player, and the benchmark and for what all of the other contracts are compared to. So when the Padres overpaid, who knows if those contracts didn't happen? Do you think Marcus Semien and Corey Seager are getting that much money? Do you think they are?
Seager would.
Maybe. Do you think he would though?
Yeah, Seager I think probably would, or it's close to that.
Close to it, maybe.
He's probably getting close to 30.
But
over 10.
if his agent can't walk in and say, these guys over here got this,
yeah,
and here's the numbers, so
True.
why are we not worth it?
True. That's a good point. But I think that is going to do it for us this week. I think we will be back next week. We should be back next week. TBD. This next month's kind of wild for everybody. But for those of you listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you listen to it, thank you for listening. Be sure to give us a like, a comment, a rating. It helps us out a lot. Of those on Twitch, we'll be back next week. And you can also find all of our previous episodes on Off the Fair Poll on Spotify, Podbean, Apple, Stitcher, wherever you listen to podcasts. For all of us here, thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging. We will see y'all later. Deuces.
Okay, bye.
Ian, I gotta
I gotta switch mine to because I'm gonna be playing
We only
the
went
show.
about 30 minutes over.
We actually went-
we
we
went
went
about an
less than-
hour over.
How did we
No,
go an hour?
we
early?
went less than that.
We usually get done around an hour and a half, hour 45.
Oh, I thought our target was 2 hours.
Oh.
2 hours, pare it down to 90 minutes.
Well,
And we did kind of go off on a
Tangent
30-minute
Ian.
tangent about food.
well, we were going to. We got to get Jason back on. We canceled that one time. But well, I'm switching over to the show. I'm gonna hurry up. I got to shit so bad too. There's your Chick-fil-A for you. But I'm gonna shit. But I'm getting on Chick-fil-A, so I will catch up with you guys later. Okie dokie. Okay, bye. Everybody that's here, I'm going to use the bathroom. I accidentally hit the wrong thing there. I didn't know I turned my PlayStation off. But I am turning it back on. We're going to get the show going. So we'll see how that is. I'm going to check in on a couple things. So give me... Oops, hold on. It wasn't turned off yet. Okay, it should be loading. I'm waiting for it to load up. Once it does, then I can go use the bathroom. Yep, there we go.
So something in the gap should definitely score it.
Oh, so it was
Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next.
I didn't even realize there was a game going on. Did you see that? How crazy is that? All right. I might try this today, which is crazy. Yeah, this is perfect, actually. I can still... My screen is... It's good. Wow. All right. So for me, I'm going to be right back. I just need to use the bathroom. I'm coming right back. You guys just check this out. It might go to a game right now or whatnot, but I'm just going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Let's I gotta move this over. You know what? Screw it. I'll try to play it and see what happens. If it does it, doesn't seem like it's bad. Oh, controller died, I think. Oh man. We're getting there. Breathe. No, I'm good. I'm probably only going to get to play like one game of the show. In all honesty. These controllers don't last as long as I thought they would. But oh wow. Okay, let's take a look. Open the pack. Dang. He's hot. He's a 99, but I'm good. I got to do this cuz it's not what I want. There we go. There, that's more like it for me. All right. Forgot I could do that as well. Young Los, what's happening? Got that where it needs to. Wait, what is going on? Lori Boston sent like 36 messages in a row. Okay, I want this guy. We just got done talking about him. And he's in there. It's alright, I'll just whatever. Well, if you keep sending like 50 messages in a row like that, I'm probably gonna get you a timeout. Because it's kind of annoying. I mean, if you want to be annoying, that's fine. You weren't like that before, so I don't understand what's going on. No, no. There we go. All right, go ahead, Snag. That shit's annoying. D-Train. Tom Glavine, though. I always said I wanted to get Dontrell Willis. I'll have to figure out what I can do. I might put him in the pen. Well, I played for 2 of these teams. I'll take that one. I took the other one, so let's just go back and forth. Thank you for the timeout there. Hush. That was for that person that was just here. Got that, got that. I guess I don't know. Around the world. Okay. Dang, it won't let me do that. Dorito Joe, what's up, buddy? Oh my god, I got all these guys sitting here on the bench. Damn, dude. That's incredible. I think we want to change the Dutchman. You gotta change the name. So you can't do... Why can't I do an underscore? That doesn't make sense. Huh. I'll just make it one word then. Why is that an X? Those are very good dudes that are in the podcast. I mean, should I just do it like that and that's how it is? I mean, that's my... I do. Swaggy boots. All right, I hope that stayed the same. Let's go for it. Who cares? We're 5-4. We're not too worried about it.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces.
Oh, I thought it was already searching. I was like, why is this taking so long?
Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head.
Lovely Lady T. How are you?
I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I
All right, here we go.
and you may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the
I don't think I've thrown with Martine yet. But we're going to. This dude's got a pretty solid team too. Why is this taking so long? Is this for real?
At the plate, Derek Jeter.
Leading off for the Flyers, the shortstop, Derek Jeter.
The pitch. Swing and a miss.
one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball go deep. And now they've got some speed on first. So we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Aaron Judge, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike one. Aaron Judge in 2016 got 95 plate appearances and hit just 179. And that's the first out.
Batting third,
Here's Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Harper retired. And he's 2 away.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Here's Stanton
Batting
now.
now.
Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over
Okay,
their
that
heads.
shit with the Pirates. What?
And a foul ball.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2
Chased
strikes.
out of the zone. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Pulls the string of the changeup.
I really don't. What?
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Derek Jeter. So you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out. He makes all the plays. First pitch,
1-0.
not
First
close.
pitch slider. That's pretty good.
One away. And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick. Here's Mike Trout. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
What are you doing?
You know, Singy, in 2022, Trout
It's
hit
0-1.
homers in 7 straight games, falling just
Oh,
one
me
home
too.
run shy of the record, 8 in a row by Ken Griffey
Ball.
Jr., Don Mattingly, and Dale Long.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The wind and the pitch.
Oh,
Jeter gloves it on the run, sends it over to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Batting third,
2 outs, base
second
7.
baseman.
Ketel Marte to the plate. Next pitch
No, that missed. That's the ball.
Ball 1. And another ball.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pocket to dish. Better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the full side, or the fans better look out in the stands.
that should be a homer.
Hustling after it. Makes the catch.
Like that's. I'm sorry. That's a homer. I got a good swing on that. That one I'm not
Here at the
exactly
ballpark,
sure
here's
of.
Austin Riley.
the third baseman, Austin Riley.
Wind of the pitch. Slice down the right side.
Oh fuck.
And a pitch. In plenty of time for first. 1 out.
I had to put that person in timeout. It's getting out of control. Sent like 20 messages before anybody could send something.
Good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. Short hop liner handled it short. The throw to a
go.
down. Here's a big power threat. Robbie Glendening. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. That one
That's the
misses.
ball.
And that is ball
1-0.
one.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20.
I know it was the same person. I just gave him a timeout.
Into this game.
And now the lefty tied him up inside. with
1 and
that.
2.
No score here in the second. one and puts the squeeze on.
I wouldn't say they're excited about tonight. I don't know what I mean, they were just being really weird. Usually they don't say that much, but I don't know.
Young Hope Park.
The first baseman.
And here it comes. Jeter collects it.
Perfect.
Gathers
Oh.
and throws the first. Leadoff man retired here in the
That is
second.
good. No left
Willie
field.
Mays.
Interesting.
And he swings
No ball,
and misses
one strike.
at the initial offering.
You can talk metrics and all that stuff, but no matter what, I think Willie Mays is the greatest defensive center fielder the game has
0-2.
That was a bad take on that.
Got him swinging. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Batting fifth.
And now the right fielder, Masataka Yoshida. And no one can get there. It falls in. And he turns and heads for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
No, you're good, Bill Brock, by the way. You're good.
So,
No need to worry.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. In the dirt, squirts away from Perez.
Oh, he's safe.
Swing and a miss.
1-1.
And 1-1.
Oh,
Got one back. And it's gone. Home run. Shohei Ohtani.
There we go.
They throw a pair on the board. It's 2-0. Austin
that was
Riley
good.
Now at the plate.
Oh,
That one fouled off.
Yeah, Austin Riley is one of those guys that has a lot of barrels, usually amongst the tops in the
Thank you,
league
thank you.
in average exit
Got the
velocity
dinger,
year
though.
in and year out.
huge.
Turned on, but foul wide of third.
Probably a high heater here. Ah, good pitch, change up.
That's the third out. Inning over. And welcome back. Here's the power hitting catcher, Salvador Perez.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
On the ground. Leadoff hitter, one in the
There
third.
we go.
Here's the center fielder, Lars
The center
Nootbaar.
fielder. Lars.
Perez, 31 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Swinging a foul back, that's out of play.
Some of the greatest players in the history of the game were born in Venezuela, including one that finished with 500-plus home runs,
0-2.
3,000-plus hits, and a triple crown.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss.
Jeter is getting work. Yeah, he's getting a lot of action.
The batter.
And now
Not good.
Jeter. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single. Liner puts down the hop at first. Onto the pitcher. In time. Got him.
That was good play right there.
Back here at the ballpark. Stepping in, Butch Rodriguez.
The catcher. Rodriguez.
Pitch. That one hooked foul. Punch goes 5 feet.
I should have put Napoli on my bench. I just realized I didn't do that. I don't have a backup catcher.
Puerto Rico.
He's throwing 2 changeups in a row. Ideally, here you're going to see a high heater.
And
1-2.
Puerto Rico
And not just say that.
baseball talent. It produces Hall of Fame talent from Roberto Clemente to Pudge Rodriguez.
Aight.
And that's the first out. And stepping in
The batter,
is the speedy Derek Jeter. Good contact guy, good defender.
Well, so he's gone. Okay.
Sells the changeup with that arm action.
Chris, you can't forget that 3,000 positive hit for Derek Jeter at Yankee Stadium off of David Price and a home run. Squeezes it, and there are two down. And now batting
The center
Mike
fielder,
Trout.
number
Working out
27.
his first time.
Mike Trout.
And there's the
I was
0-1.
dead red on that.
Only triple digits.
Well, he looks fresh. out
Slider
there.
right here.
Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
Change up either way.
Collects. He takes it
He's
himself
out
to
of
the
there.
bag, and that'll do it.
He did a change up, which was really dumb. But okay. You never throw a change up there. I'll say that. See, I don't get this. Why does it have Boston and the Orioles?
Start of the fourth. Stepping in the long ball threat, Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
And a pitch.
Yeehaw!
There's a strike.
Well, these guys, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first
No balls,
pitch more
two
than
strikes.
90% of the time. And that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results.
In the air to left, down the line.
Foul ball.
And it gets into the quarters, and it's foul. Here comes an OT to Judge.
Oh fuck! I hit the wrong thing.
Hits and it gets by. And that's going to roll to the wall. Around first, heading for two. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Got switch.
The left fielder.
Why no change up there? Just because he's gonna be looking for something different anyway.
First up.
So like here, I could start him off breaking ball.
That hits to
1-0.
That's ball one.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit. And hardly order coming up right behind him. This is where they
1-1.
need to get going.
No outs. Runner on second. Awkward swing there.
1 and 2
for the big
count.
left-hand hitter.
See, I could technically throw anything I want here.
On the ground, right side. Takes it
He's up.
himself. That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
Well, he's doing a nice job.
And I have to
of
pitch to get the
keeping
out here.
Out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Stan
Nope,
takes a
that's
ball
in.
as he stands in for the second time. The next offer
That's a ball.
misses. Ball two. Judge takes his lead at third with one away. Next
That's a
offer
ball.
misses. 3-1.
I don't care if I walk him here. That's what I don't want.
The run scores from third, and they trail by one.
That is the Rangers' old ballpark. All right, Lori, this is my warning to you. If you start doing what you've been doing, you keep sending me 50 messages all at once, I will block you. This is my warning to you now. I'm going to say it.
That's the ball.
Find the zone.
So if you keep doing this and acting ridiculous, I'm done. I don't want to play that game. I'm not into that.
Right field, pretty well struck back there. And that one is out of here.
So we can either stop and be normal, or we can keep doing that.
It's 3-2.
That's my warning. Snag wasn't here to help out. That's fine.
Guy one of the best
But I'm not going to keep doing that shit.
in the sport as well.
Yeehaw.
Outstanding on the defensive end. Still only one out here in the inning. Rips that one center field. Track makes the catch. And there are two outs. Next to hit, Robbie Glendinning. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off him. That one off the mark, and that's ball one.
Fans come to the
1-0.
ballpark to watch.
Don't play dumb, please. Please don't do that.
Such a talented player going out
Don't
there
play dumb.
every day and putting on the show that he does. Just a joy
Ball.
to watch.
Next one is off the plate. And that's ball two. Hits for average power, the ability to feel the arm, and then the speed.
No, you're not. You're not lost. You know exactly what it is. You don't need to send me 56 messages right away. It's not that hard.
A line to kick the pitch.
Oh fuck.
Swing and a miss.
2 and
as he
2 to
was
count.
late that time.
You know exactly. I just told you what you're doing wrong. You're literally sending me 800 messages all at once on here. Like, take a look at the chat, read the room, see what's going on. It's not. I'm not pissed by any means. It's annoying. That's all it is. Like, we don't get what you're doing.
Stride picks it up, fires across
Got
the
it.
diamond, and that is that.
Yes, like for real. Like, it's not. You can think I'm being an ass or whatever, but I promise you I'm not. You can look at everybody else in this chat. They will see exactly what I'm talking about.
Cross. This is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope.
Oh, look at this. Anderson throws.
Oh,
and
wow.
that's a great play for the out.
We're just trying to point it out to you. Literally, as soon as you came in here, you sent like 10 messages in a row. And then finally, Snang actually said something like, what the hell is going on? And then somebody else even said something.
Hey,
Drops in for a strike. Chris, we were excited to watch him pitch. This is a little more along the lines of what we were expecting performance-wise.
Oh,
Yeah, Boo, great pitchers like this.
Like, it's cool. I like having conversations with everybody and talking and goofing off, but
To get some runs up on the board.
you're literally
that's the ball.
sending so many messages.
Kicks and deals.
Other people see it and it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Side corner for a strike. Well, it was bumpy in the early going.
And Swaggy's telling you right there.
But he settled into a really nice
And trust me, I am not a mad or any of that. It's just, I'm sorry. It's being annoying, dumb. That's just how I feel about it.
The wind of the pitch. And a base hit right there. So a man aboard now with one away.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration.
Just everybody's very chill in here. It's always been
Such a good feeling.
relaxed. You were never like this before. Then all of a sudden today you sent like 800 messages.
The opposite field for the base hit.
0-1.
Mays goes after that one for strike one. Next pitch misses. A ball, one strike. Hart leads off first with 1-1.
Ah,
Off,
two.
he's in for a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
And it finds its way through for a hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you throw the ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Yoshida
It's 0-1.
threw it for strike
He's done
one.
off speed every first pitch.
He's under it.
How do I end up getting it like that?
Pulls it
And the
down,
barrel
and
was
two
down that
away.
far.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity. He is looking forward to making up for it in his next game.
A very surprising intentional walk here from the dugout. That loads the bases. Here's some real power at the plate. Austin Riley.
Nope,
Off
ball.
the inside edge.
One ball, no strike.
And he blows that
One ball, one strike.
It's underneath of it anyway.
Swing and a miss.
One ball, 2 strikes.
He's throwing all fastballs up and in.
Squirts away a little bit. Perez gets to first. What a play to end the inning. Ready now for the fifth inning. Now it's going to be
Stay on.
Perez. Perez back to work. There's a strike. Chris Salvi and Tommy John surgery. It seems like more and more position players are having Tommy John surgery. Remember, Corey
Ball.
Seager had it, Didi Gregorius,
1-1.
Travis d'Arnaud, just to name a few.
Yeah, he bounced back pretty well from it. He became the comeback player of the year in 2020. The second lowest player to win that award. The other one was Mike Moustakas. off his former teammate back in 2017.
At the
Oh,
plate
and
now
one.
as he chases after that one.
The
One and
fuck
one.
was that?
Very efficient, able to produce an outcome. It seems like within the third or fourth pitch of just about every at bat.
Ball.
Next one misses, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And he flips a breaking
2 and
ball
2.
in there, or a changeup. Either one. Something off speed. Good on that.
God dang it.
Whatever it is.
I got lucky with that.
Sends a strikeout. So the lineup flips over. Now here is Derek Jeter, 1 for 2. Slings the first.
That's it out.
It is a
Damn it.
1-2-3 inning.
That one inning is what killed me. Oh well.
Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now here is Bud Rodriguez. And a pitch. And a foul ball.
I thought Dyer was gonna stick around. I don't know where he went.
Glendinning picks it up. Here's the tag.
Out on the
It's
tag.
good hitting too. I went the other way with it. Fuck me.
He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor of his game.
1-0.
And not close. Ball one.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed,
I'm that early on it.
consistent with it,
Got it.
they make moves on the base paths.
Right. Fires the first.
Number
And a
27.
couple of quick outs. Trap stands
Ball.
in now, looks at that one inside.
Well, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but these
Yeah.
attack hitters pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Next pitch
Ball.
misses outside. And a
2 and
count,
1.
2-1. Late that time, it's
2-2.
strike 2. Next offering is fouled back.
Slider. He needs to throw his little slider here.
2 outs. Foul ball left side.
Fuck
He'll
me.
stand up.
He hasn't thrown it. It's got to be right here, right now.
It's
It's a heater.
Wow, this guy's really
I knew he was at least coming here.
his run is the game-winning run.
Change up away.
His tenacity.
Actually, he's waiting. He might go up here.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that.
Damn it. Woo, 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 woo.
All set for the top of the sixth.
I'm definitely
Now the
tired.
number 2 hitter, Aaron Judge. And he deals. Chris Judge has been an exit velocity monster, leading the league in exit velo 17, 18, 19, 21, and 2022.
Yeah, he makes that hot corner at third base.
And a pitch. Judge rips that one. Trap reaching back towards the wall. Looking up. And it bangs off the top of the wall. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
How does he? Why did he stop like that? That was weird.
Go for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
What the fuck?
To the right side. To third.
Damn it! I hit the wrong button. Oh my god.
Now batting. Designated.
Oh fuck. Oh, that sucks. That's not what I was trying to do.
Stan now at the plate.
0 balls,
as he
1
swings
strike.
Through strike 1. Not close
1-1.
for that one. and it's 1-1. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. On the ground is short, could be two.
Oh.
To second, there's one, and a run scores.
I gotta take the double play.
Now it's a power speed combo. Austin Riley.
Damn it, that sucks.
Over to first.
I hit the wrong fucking button. Damn. Oh. Poop.
And welcome back. Here's Ketel Marte.
The second baseman.
Come on, Ketel.
29 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Swings here and blocks one left field. That one is gone. Ketel Marte goes deep, and they cut it to the lead. It's 4-3. And now Young Ho Park swings through that
I
one.
knew that was
0-1.
coming. He still was late.
Judge is there.
Mm.
Pulls it down and he makes
Poop.
it catch. There's one away.
Peanut butter.
Recovery, though, after getting it the ball wrong, not allowing it to stay in your head, but going to work at the next hitter. Tough one with that.
Maves in
Nope,
the box
ball.
for the third time today as he takes that one off.
1-0.
Down to call here, rolls back. Wide and pitch. Keeps the at bat going with a foul ball. Off the
That's
plate
inside ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And there's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Now, Masataka Yoshida. And there's a foul ball. Mays over at first with one away. Ground ball
That's
right side to the
ridiculous.
2. Fires to second for one.
Damn it.
Throw to first, got him. Back here at the ballpark, top of inning number 7. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
McNeil.
Perez back to work. Ground ball up the middle. On to first.
He's up.
And the leadoff hitter sat down to open the second. So next, Robbie Glendening.
Robbie Glendening.
He swings and misses
0-1.
at the first pitch. 0-1. That's in for a strike.
Well, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
And down the lefty. That one off the bad part of the bat. Just a lazy fly ball. Marte makes the play. And it's 2 down. And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate.
Salvador Perez.
Next offering
Down,
is down
ball.
low. And that is ball 1. Marte.
Oh no.
And he'll be safe at first. Runner at first,
Now
2
back.
away.
The
And
center
now the
fielder.
center fielder, Lars Nootbaar. There's a strike.
Well, starting
0-1.
is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
And he's down 0-2 as he
0-2.
swings through it.
Wow. Good luck catching up to that one.
Swing and he breaks his back. Fires over
Got
the
it.
first.
There we go.
That's the third out.
Baron, did you play some Fortnite today? Snag? What'd you do? Josh Hader.
Set for the last half of the seventh. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. That would appeal to third. And yes, he did.
I've never seen Hader in this game, so this is interesting.
Next off,
1-1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
swing and a miss.
1-2.
And that's strike two.
He's gone up, up. This has got to be a slider away.
The top
Try to go
run
fastball.
at the plate. Got it.
Yeah.
And they get the leadoff hitter in the seventh.
Now back.
Austin Riley next to hit.
One ball.
I didn't
no
realize
strike.
that's had that muted. Damn. Get through. Innovator.
Always feels amazing getting the job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. We've all seen a defensive shift make a big difference in.
Oh, diving stop. The throw.
He's up.
Neal over to
Hey,
second.
he's in there.
Safe.
How is that fucking possible?
Really nice try there.
The batter.
Batter now, Derek Jeter. Here goes the runner. Judge puts the squeeze
Damn
on
it.
that one.
JMD Texan 1985. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you.
Welcome back. Now the shortstop, Derek Jeter.
Good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
Swing and a pop-up. Marte makes the catch. It was one gone. Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate.
The right
The outfield playing into full with the center fielder positioned in that left center field gap.
Who could he possibly? Oh, he's probably warming somebody up. What?
The other way. And
Oh
he
my
beats the shift.
goodness.
Didn't take long to get a result.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Love you too. Appreciate you being in here and hanging out.
Man, sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Pulls it in on the run. And there's two away. Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a three-run game in the blink of an eye. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. And a pitch. And that's in there at the knees. Judge off of first with two away. Judge on the run. Got him swinging.
Wasn't worried about him trying to run. Ryan Presley.
Bottom of the eighth. Here's Trout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Here comes the pitch.
That's nasty.
No ball,
Off
one strike.
balance that time.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to
I
take.
had a feeling he was going to throw it again.
Strike two.
So do you prefer the old? No, this is just where I played. This is my
Reliever.
history was here.
Nootbaar moves
That's
on the roof.
ridiculous.
Makes the catch. One
Just the
down.
history for me there, you know, memories.
Confidence boost for
I felt like that's the right thing to play. This is who I want out. This is perfect.
everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Damn, is his stuff this electric?
Swings through that.
Good swing.
0-2.
He's got me chasing everything right now.
That's a lower fastball for some guys.
I'm not gonna lie, that was I was in swing mode. He got me there.
They get the out on Marte.
The first baseman, number 3.
Under you. Trying to make too much happen right there. Not his best at bat.
Now the box.
God dang, dude.
Swing there.
Just late. Man. I get you. I haven't made it out to the new stadium. Plan to go. I mean, the new stadium is beautiful. It's been fun watching the games there.
Austin Riley. Herrick back to work.
That's the ball. That's down.
That's smashed towards center. And there's a hit. And a board on the leadoff single.
I could watch base hits like that one all
back.
day long.
Second
And
base.
so could every hitting coach
Yeah.
in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Now here is hopped up Rodriguez. Makes the ground. And there's one down. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to
First
execute.
baseman.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and the guys rushed can be a pop-up or can be bunted right back at a position player.
The pitch. That one fouled off. Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. And the pitch is
1-2.
outside. Ball one. That's hard hit on the line. And that chance handled by Willie Mays. And here's the catch.
Now batting.
Salvador
Catcher.
Perez. Lots of pop in the plate. Outfield playing back almost on the warning track. On the ground to the left.
That
And
ball's
that's
foul.
Just foul. At the belt fires. To third. Base hit.
Wow.
And the smoke through the infield. Around second is Riley. And it throws off line. Safe at third.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing.
0-1.
Definitely generated some good bat speed.
The batter now as he swings and misses for strike one.
No, that's
Pitch
in.
is inside. Count even 1-1.
Oh my good God.
Base hit. One run is in. He is.
He's in there. He's safe.
See, that's horse shit. No way in hell he does that.
As he brings home a barrel.
I don't give a fuck.
Fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you can get the barrel on and throw it into center field. Always feel good.
Right side Iglesias comes on down.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking
No,
for
that
quality
missed.
pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to
1-0.
keep the score right where it is.
That's the ball.
Next pitch misses. And now
Two balls, no strikes.
and the right-hander deals. And it is 2-1.
2-1's the count.
It's softly on the ground left side. Now the throw to first on the run. That ends the
Dang,
frame.
that sucks.
Your attention, please.
This is his closer. This guy's filthy.
Bottom of the ninth. Digging in. Willie Mays.
No left field.
And a pitch. It's in there. 0-1. Loisaga, a righty that throws with power. 28 years old. And he's a native of Nicaragua. Back to the bottom of the ninth. They'll go with a pinch hitter to get it started. For Bryce Harper. Right-hander kicks deal. Slapped foul. Left-hand batter waits. And that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting. The right field.
Now it's the right field. Masataka Yoshida.
Get down.
And it's caught for the out. Throw over to first. So now the DH, Shohei Ohtani. He's already home here in this one. And first offering is fouled off.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something
That's
to
the
hit
ball.
hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
And here it comes. Here's the swing.
I didn't mean to swing at that. I tried to check.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Now Foster right. 1 for 3. So they're making the move for a bat off the bench. Luis Arraez. Runner on first, 2 on. Calls it in, and that's the ballgame.
Well, this was a tight and good game. Got a little of everything. Sometimes the inning, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots.
That sucks for Martine.
6-3 our final score for Chris Singleton and our entire.
That's terrible.
On Shambi.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry. Well, everybody, I appreciate you all being here. I'm just kind of, I only want to play one game. I do want to get some decent sleep tonight, but I do appreciate you guys all being here. We'll try to figure out what's going on with the Diamond Dynasty here and maybe get some more games in or whatnot. But until then, actually, is that my PlayStation name? Yeah. But until then, I appreciate you guys. Hold on, let's not go yet. Let's take a look here. You know what? We can check and see here. Because I've done this already. Let's go back to the podcast here. I'm going to take a look and see who's online. Oh, WDF. Did I pull it? Oh, yeah, it is. It's over here. So, let's see. Online right now. Clue, all those guys. Why not? Let's give you guys.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Check out Simona. Okay, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I was just getting off. For now, let's go and we'll give some love to the beautiful lady here, Jenna. It looks like she's playing Call of Duty. So you guys go give her some love. You'll enjoy her stream, and she's very beautiful, so give her some love. Enjoy. Promise you won't be disappointed.